Oh, I was muted. My bad, chat. I was muted. I knew I was gonna do that when I muted myself earlier, man. I had to get my camera and my aesthetics and shit right, man. You know what I'm saying? Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. What we doing tonight? Hold on, let me get my shit together. Let me get the intro mode. I was muted. My bad, chat. I was muted. I knew I was gonna do that when I was loud in the background. Like was I not prepared, chat? Was Plug not prepared? Like what? Oh man! Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap the screen, shut a live out. They said Texas Dems are holding the line. We got Ghislaine, Maxwell clearing Trump name. We got Lil Tay making $1 million in 3 hours. A whole $1 million bag. We finna talk about it, chat. How y'all feeling tonight, man? This is Dual Stream Plug in the building. Dual Stream Plug is in the building. Cowboy Plug is in the building. Lala said, get that together. I know that's right, Lala. What is we talking about tonight, man? We got Lil Tay clocking a whole $1 million. I had to do it again, Lala, like when I do the whole $1 million in 3 hours, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. Y'all know what time it is. We in intro mode. Where that baby go there? They wanted to play the end of it, man. That's crazy, man. I didn't plan that, chat. I didn't plan that, chat. I promise you, I did not plan that. That's from earlier's intro mode where we didn't finish the song, and I just, you know what I'm saying. We is talking about Lil Tay now, but that wasn't planned. I can't make this shit up. Hold on, chat. I can't make this shit up, man. We talking about Lil Tay making a whole $1 million. I dropped the baby goat. I'm thinking it's finna go. I told that don't get in my car if it don't come with no net. But all I hear is she my little she my little You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, hold on, whoever that is calling. I don't know if that's you, Dorsey, or not, but you gonna have to call back, Dorsey. We in intro mode right now, Dorsey. Hold on, I think that was Dorsey, but hold on, Dorsey. We in intro mode. Did my time to shine, Dorsey. Did my time to get the crowd rocking and rolling, Dorsey. Hold on, man. Let me get people in here right quick, Dorsey. But where the hell is this baby go? There you go.
JP, go. I told that bitch don't get in my car if it don't come with no neck. I told my niggas I don't like the beat cause that don't come with no trick. I told my niggas to mark my word, I guarantee that I'm next. I got the arms of a bodybuilder from the way that I flex. Might just hit the strip just to go blow me a check. They know what the fuck I'm on. They say that he got some of the best gas. They call it Southern Georgia. Ain't no shade and ice on ice like Adam Sandler. I'm water boy. You know I'm all in the head. Bad bitch laying in my bed. Wait till I give her a spray. I'm a master with the hand. Don't let these social fool. You the nigga broke. I know that they ain't bought it. Ain't got no car but talking shit. Okay, then little walkie talkie. I told that
tap the screen, shut a live out, man. What we doing tonight, chat? What we doing tonight, chat? I need everybody in here to double tap the screen, shut a live out. We finna get into it. Y'all know what time it is. This nighttime, baby. We almost at plug at the dark. We are.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Yeah, that sounding about right. We still got Cowboy Plug.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
We still got Cowboy Plug in the building. I'm trying to.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Yeah, that sound about right, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. I'm finna open the call lines in just 1 second. We gotta talk about this shit right here first, man. We got Lil Tay. Lil Tay, you know what I'm saying? The one ride around with all them racks talking about you ain't got no money like this, you ain't got no money like me. Lil Tay turned 18. She started one of those, the OLs, and what happened? She made $1 million in 3 hours. I'm talking about $500,000, $400,000 in subscriptions, man. Who's wrong? Is she wrong? Or whoever buying the OnlyFans wrong? Is society wrong? We finna talk about it. This was the little girl running around. I'm talking about child star. They said she was having problems. She went away, disappeared for a while. Everybody was like, where's she at? She came back. I didn't know she was rapping. She got a damn music video with 10 million views. Now she dropping the damn OL. I'm talking about the day she turned 18. We heard about the Jack dude. What's the guy named Jack Dotery? Jack, however, the one that took them chains. They took his chains off his neck. You know what I'm saying? The one that they took his chains while he had security. You know him? They said he get the girls when they 17. When they 17, the night that they finna turn 18, Jack come scoop them up in the Lambo, take them out to the club, show them the mansions and the Ferraris and the jewelry and the ice, and they popping big bottles and probably doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And he get them under contract the minute they turn 18. They in the club popping bottles, turning 18, and he got that pen and paper on the damn table, man. You want to take a shot of this Patron? You want to take a shot of this Dun? Sign this paper, man. And it looked like, you say my mic a little loud. See, I turned it up. My bad, Yosemite. I turned it up because y'all be saying I'm low. Y'all be saying I'm low. So I turned my damn mic up, alright? But anyways, man, he got them signing the damn paper the moment they turn 18, putting them in that contract. Now, are they making money? Yeah, probably a lot of money, especially if they one of the top ones. They probably making a lot of money, but he's poaching. He's grabbing them when they 17, the night that they turn 18, putting them under contract. I don't know what the split is, whether he getting 50%, 20%, 30%. I don't know. I can imagine he getting a high-ass split. But we finna talk about Lil Tay, man. Let's get into the video. Y'all double tap the screen and shut a live out. Fair use on this video. This is, I think, Jamari's video. He does really good breakdowns on child stars and actors and shit. We finna see what he talking about. Double tap the screen. Share the live out. Let's get to 20 likes right quick. Let's get to 20 likes right quick, chat.
So Lil Tay has always been a mystery online. For those of you who don't remember, back in 2016 to 2018, there was this little girl dubbed Lil Tay who went viral after she made countless videos flexing cars, money, and designer items.
You already know what it is. Lil Tay, the youngest flex of the century. I'm only 9 years old, but I'm richer than all y'all broke haters.
So I'm saying she been in the spotlight since she was 9. Like, you gotta think, 9 years ago, puts us at 2016. 2016, I was rapping, chat. Like, I was, you know, making my rounds, meeting with labels, and, you know, doing shows and shit. So she was on her come up at that time, and she was 9. Now here we are 9 years later, the day she turns 18, she cracks it off, $1 million in 3 hours. It's who's at fault here? Or is it the purchasers? Is it her? Is it the parents? Because they had her out here flexing money, talking shit at 9 years old. Like, was this destined? Was this destined?
This female kitchen is bigger than your whole entire living room, and I got 4 more houses. This
Oh yeah, they used to call her the youngest flexer. That was her claim to fame. She was the youngest flexer. She was the youngest flexer, holding up stacks of money. They came out and exposed that she was renting Airbnbs. I guess her family or somebody was like a realtor or whatever, and they were showing houses. So they would bring her in there, give her the stacks of money, and let her flex in the houses. That was her claim to fame. But they called her the youngest flexer.
toilet costs more to your...
She was really doing it before all the TikTok influencers. She was like a TikTok influencer, like doing what they do, going to the car lots and, you know, asking to rent the cars or asking, you know, can you showcase me this car, and then posting pictures, flexing like they in it for the weekend. Like her family and shit, they was doing that shit back 2016. She was 9 years old doing it, you know, pulling up the Airbnbs and damn houses that her family was showing, acting like it was theirs. She probably started the damn trend, honestly. Well, I can't say that. People had MTV Cribs and was renting cribs for MTV Cribs, so I guess.
Your rent. Everything in my bathroom costs more to your rent. And see, this is my closet. Everything here would be designer. Gucci, Louis, Versace.
Now, eventually it would leak that someone was essentially coaching her behind the scenes to say and do these outlandish things.
Oh, wait. Go back and say, like, no, you broke.
Lil Tay be pop.
That's her brother. Now, in this clip, I don't know how old she is. I'm assuming she's still a teenager, like probably early teens. And you got her brother coaching her on how to go viral. You know, say this outlandish shit, and you gonna go viral. So she did have coaching, and from the clip, it's saying it was her brother. So it's looking like it's in the family.
What's it right now?
Redo. You're gonna be like more ignorant. You have to be like
telling her to be more ignorant.
Ooh, Lil Tay out here.
You still irrelevant, like I said last time.
Is he telling her to basically like appropriate culture? Like, is that what he's doing? Like coaching her to, you know, quote unquote be ignorant, like culture appropriate, like be a little more this. Like, I mean, he said it, you know, I guess, I don't know.
What do I say?
That is when everyone saw behind the curtain, and the girl more or less disappeared after her mother, father, and brothers started catching a lot of flack from people saying this was a form of abuse. Personally, I think that her brother was the one behind the persona, but it's kind of a moot point at this time. Then 2 years ago in 2023, she would return once again with another attempt to garner clout, where she and her brother literally faked their own deaths to try and create some buzz around the Lil Tay brand.
The teen rapper, whose real name is Claire Hope, and who rose to fame online in 2008.
Yeah, they was, remember I was telling y'all, they was saying she was missing, or she had some heart problems or something. There was like prayers for Lil Tay, she going through some health issues and shit like that. I didn't know they were saying the same about her brother, but I do remember they were saying like she was having like, I believe, heart problems or something. I was like, dang, she not even grown yet. How the hell she having heart problems like from being a child star? But now they saying it was fake. Crazy.
18 has passed away.
Once this was outed as a hoax where they said they got hacked apparently, she would then return to her flexing, shit-talking ways.
5 years and y'all still broke. The GOAT is back. 5 years and I'm still the youngest one out.
So at 5 years, she saying the GOAT is back. So that means she was like 9 when she started. So at 14, she was already 5 years in the game. This clip right here, she's probably like a little older than 14. So she had went away. Maybe she went away for 5 years. Is that what she's trying to say? She went away from like 2017, 2018, all the way to 2023. So I think she kind of disappeared from like 2018 to 2023. This is her popping back out 2023, where she's probably like 16 years old, saying I gave y'all 5 years. Now that, you know, I'm back.
Yo hating ass bitches were hating on me when I was 9 years old, talking all this shit when you don't fucking know me. So stop fucking talking. You did not come up. You had 5 years to come.
I'm assuming she's Asian. Just by the way she kind of looks and her family look. I mean, her brother looked and her pops and mom. So I'm assuming she's Asian, of Asian descent. Maybe Asian or white or something.
And you didn't.
She also spent time saying how her dad was a horrible person, that he was allegedly posting man looking for...
So that's her dad, you know what I'm saying? Then her mom, like I think her dad's white, I'm assuming, and her mom is Asian.
On Craigslist, feeding her a diabolical diet, making her wear undersized clothing, and that basically both he and his girlfriend needed to be investigated by CPS due to her horrible living conditions. And I guess that was her explanation as to where she had been. Other than that, she
got on the internet and told them folks to call CPS on her daddy. That's crazy. Do y'all think her situation was really that messed up? Like, I mean, she was showing pictures of the shoes being too small and stuff, I guess, but I didn't know she was telling them to call CPS on her daddy.
She was still chasing clout, dropping bullshit music, and with these latest antics, it really just shows the disgusting nature of our current society. And though these tweets have now been deleted because they were against Twitter's TOS, I did screen grab them because I knew they were going to be important in the future. And so this entire situation kind of came across my radar when I saw this tweet. If this post...
He said they were against Twitter's TOS, but he screen grabbed them, so... Has Jamari been sitting on these clips for years? If he's been sitting on these clips for years, I'm not gonna lie, he's goated. He's goated, bro. Like, if he just went and grabbed the clips recently, I mean, it would be a different story. But for him to be in his bag for so long making this content that he has deleted tweets where he didn't have to use, like, the Wayback Machine or nothing, like, he has that shit on his files, he in his damn bag, bro.
Gets 10k likes, I'll seriously consider making the OF. And I'm sure a lot of you in your head right now were thinking, well, how old is Lil Tay? It seemed like just a couple years ago she was a very small girl. Well, as it turns out, time does fly, and this was actually posted 6 days before her 18th birthday. It seems like she's essentially...
If I get 10k likes, I'll make a OF. She doing the Bad Baby thing. Bad Baby says she made 50 million in 1 year over there.
On having a very similar rollout as the Catch Me Outside Bad Barbie girl, who was also teasing a pay-for-play link on the days leading up to when she would be legal age to do that.
You recently started an OnlyFans account, correct? Is it true you made over $1 million in your first 6 hours?
Yes.
This was also her bio this time, where she says, should I drop the link on my 18th birthday, June 29th? Then she got even bolder with her messaging, sharing a photo that I'm going to have to censor of Sabrina Carpenter posing nude on a Rolling Stone magazine. And she's once again asking, should I remake this on my OF if I make one on July 29th? And so she would pretty much continue with her ad campaign.
So, it's my 18th birthday on July 29th. And every male has been counting down to it and literally telling me to drop the link the second I turn 18. Girlies, what do you think? Should I do it?
Crazy.
I mean, I won't lie to you guys. Anyone who was counting down to this, like...
Crazy. Motherfuckers messaging her before she's still underage talking about drop the link soon as you turn 18. Motherfuckers crazy, bro. This shit, man, God.
Timer set on their phone needs to be investigated by the FBI. She would then run a poll asking this same question, and 2/3 of the people said don't drop that link, don't ruin the rest of your life, because honestly...
At least somebody got some sense. We almost said plug after dark, man. At least somebody got some sense, man. Damn.
Down that path, people are just going to look at you in a certain way. It's going to be very hard to get respect in other realms of your life. Just ask someone like Mia Khalifa, who spent, I believe, only a couple of months in the corn industry, and she's noted multiple times how it completely destroyed her from a mental standpoint, and also really limited her future career opportunities.
What? He talking about, hold on. Now listen, Chad.
A couple of months in the corn industry.
I'm not the freakiest motherfucker on earth, but I gotta listen to this.
See, once you go down that path, people are just going to look at you in a certain way. It's going to be very hard to get respect in other realms of your life. Just ask someone like Mia Khalifa, who spent, I believe, only a couple of months.
Yeah, nah, it ain't no way she spent a couple of months in the industry, boy. She got more scenes than a damn movie, boy. She got more scenes than a whole TV series, man. She got more scenes than a 10-season show on fucking Stars, man. She got more scenes than a 10-season show on Stars, man. What do you mean she spent if she shot that many scenes in a couple months, bro? Holy.
Months in the corn industry, and she's noted multiple times how it completely destroyed her from a mental standpoint, and also really limited her future career opportunities. And then she's just saying shit that has no correlation. So I'm mature enough to get death threats at 9, but not mature enough to launch an OF at 18. And this whole behavior would actually get her account suspended for around a week. But on Elon's Twitter, nothing is really forever, so she would find her way back to all the sick fucks. She would follow this up by saying,
oh shit, they took off Twitter. They brought Lil Tay back when they brought Trump and everybody back. Y'all remember when Elon just brought everybody back to Twitter? Like, hey, if you been banned, you know what I'm saying, bring your ass back. Did Lil Tay get unbanned in that? That's crazy if she got unbanned with Trump and them.
see now where are all the pay pigs? And to me, it's just so ironic because for years she was out here calling everyone broke, saying that they needed to get
What's
like
up,
her to
Tanky?
get their back
What's up,
up.
Steve?
And then the very second that she turns 18, the very second that she's eligible to do this shit, she's taking that dirty money, baby.
You already know what the going on. Lil Tay's dropping the youngest link of the century. Market.
The youngest link of the century is how she's doubling down. She's feeding into being young. You niggas should really feel bad, bro. You niggas should really feel that. She said, I'm dropping the youngest link of the century. That means the second I can drop this MF. Crazy, bro. Crazy, bro. Yeah, Jamari be in his bag, Tierra.
Your calendars tomorrow, 3 p.m. EST, and nobody, including my family, including the grown-ass haters, is gonna stop me. You know why? Lil Tay rich and finna get richer, bitch!
And I just have the feeling that no...
She wasn't lying. She hit for $1 million in 3 hours. Lil Tay was having her way a little bit, and now she just got richer. She not lying. But somebody put that battery in her back. Somebody fueled this fire. Somebody was clicking that link and purchasing, man. Sending out, I think it was like 400,000 they was paying just in messages. So I don't know if they getting, you know, like custom requests or toe pictures or if she busting that thing wide open. I don't know. But one thing for sure, she made $1 million in 3 hours. Like 400,000-500,000 of that was from messages. Like 400,000-500,000 of that was from subscriptions. Now, I don't know about if they fabricated the numbers, if they went on and put, you know, a battery in her back, put her up like 100,000, 200,000 on the board, so she hits the algorithm over there and gets shown more. Probably. They probably did her rollout like they would if she was a rapper. That's probably how they did her OF rollout. But shit, even if they spent 100,000 or 200,000 on that campaign, they made $1 million in 3 hours. They got an 800K return on that. I'm guessing. Do I think that she did this rollout completely on her own, completely for free? Fuck no. I think she signed to an agency, and I think that agency put a bag behind this rollout. They were going to make sure that this was successful and this was everywhere. Yes, she promoted it on her own, on her Twitter, whatever the shit she was promoting it, but they put that battery in her back, man. They know how to make this shit look really good and to catch on, man. Straight up.
No one in her life is actually trying to stop her from doing this. But I would say that most sensible people would not suggest making this type of life-altering decision the very second that you can. Especially where she has other, like, modern-day avenues such as streaming where she can still make money. And I actually have the feeling that her loser brother is still the one behind this entire fiasco. Just look at what he said. This was apparently during one of her Instagram live streams. And keep in mind, guys, this shit is just all for promo.
Why are you on live and telling people you're gonna drop a fucking link?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna disappoint everybody that's been waiting since 2023 and even 2018 by not.
Oh, what in the?
She really said
Everyone's been waiting since 2018. Now, y'all gotta remember, at 2018, she was 11. 2018, she was 11. She's literally telling you sick motherfuckers that's buying this shit, y'all been waiting on this shit since I was 11. 2018, how old was she? 11. 2023, she was like 16. She putting this shit in y'all face.
Who's been waiting since 2018, which was, if I'm doing the math correctly, 7 years ago, you know, when she was 11 years old. I don't know, I just can't help but lose a little bit more faith in humanity as the days go by.
By not.
Oh, what in the Americanized capitalistic shit is this?
Capital? What? Everything is about the bag. You're just mad that you're broke. You're mad.
I'm not gonna lie. In this day and age, they've made everything about the bag, and this is sad to say. It's like being a local rapper. They compare being being one of these models to being a local rapper, trying to get your link out, pushing it. Nobody's buying your music, nobody's subscribing to your OF. No, but when you have that battery in your back, that fame, people around you, you gotta think. For her to make $1 million, what's that? What is that? 200 people spend $5K with her. That's $1 million, right? My math right on that? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. 200 people spend $5K with her, that's $1 million. Think about the 1 or 2 people that's gonna spend 30, 40,000. That's gonna spend 50 ball. She catch 3, 4, 5 fish over there, she might make that $1 million. But she just so happened to run it up. Yeah, she's in here playing. She in here playing into that, to how young she look. This shit is crazy, bro.
And then no agency came to you before your 18th birthday and said, hey, we'll give you 30 to 40 mil to drop a link. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah,
see?
Capping ass bullshit.
Y'all hear that? That's how I know she signed to an agency. The devil's in the details. She said they just came. And what would you do if they came at you and said, we'll give you 30, 40 million to drop a link? She got an agency behind her. They putting a battery in her bag. She already got her fucking check cut. She's already up to 30, 40 million already. She might be getting the back end. They're doing this shit just like a fucking rap concert, bro. She probably in like a 360 deal type shit. They cut her a big bag up front. She's saying 30, 40 million. They probably cut her 5 to 10 million up front, maybe 10 to 20 because of who she is up front. And then now she's getting it on the back end. She already paid. That $1 million that she made in 3 hours, that's part of the promo. Did she make $1 million in 3 hours? Probably. But was she gonna make $1 million in 3 hours, whether she did it organically or whether the company put it behind her? Yes, because it's promo. They needed everybody to pick this shit up because she already got the bag. Listen, she's already got the bag. They already cut her check.
Everything is about the bag. You're just mad that you're broke. You're mad that no agency came to you before your 18th birthday and said, hey, we'll give you 30 to 40 mil to drop a link. Am I right or...
Told you. I said I hadn't even watched this video, chat. That's how it goes. I'm telling y'all, the people like Jack Doder in them, they get them when they 17, they take them out, show them a good time. The day they turn 18, they signing that paperwork. At 3 o'clock that day, she said at 3 o'clock that her OnlyFans link dropped. I don't know if it was 3 a.m. or 3 at night. So it was probably 3 a.m. because she had to wait until California on the West Coast was at midnight. So she probably waited that extra hour for everything to reset, dropped it at 3 in the morning just to make sure it covered the whole United States. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy, bro. I told y'all, I knew she was signed to an agency. So that $1 million in 3 hours, that don't even surprise me no more. They was going to make sure she made $1 million in 3 hours regardless. Because they gave her a 30, 40 ball up front, which was probably 15 to 20. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere between, I say 5 and 25. You know what I'm saying? They might have gave her the 30, 40. But I'm going to say between 5 and 25 they gave her. So she already got her bag up front. And now they finna sit there and eat. They sending all the messages. They're just telling her to post some pictures every couple weeks. They probably doing requests and shit, sending her the request, hey, make a video doing this, or hey, say this person's name while you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? And she's not talking to none of these people. She got the agency running everything. The agency's taking all the messages, and shit, whoever her agent is just hitting her up with what kind of content she need to post, what kind of pictures she need to post. Shit crazy.
Or am I right?
Yeah, that's some capping ass bullshit. No one offered her $40 million to drop a link.
That's what I was thinking. I don't think nobody dropped her $40 million. Anywhere between 5 and, like I say, 25.
The first sick fuck of a brother wasn't the one recording the content.
That's a flex. It's not.
I think 30
getting good grades to contributing something to society.
I get good grades from school.
Yo.
Are you dead ass?
Bro, get the...
Are we dead ass? The link is dropping whether you want it or not.
Get off of live.
She then would go on to say, I did it, link in bio, all content shot at 12:01 on my 18th birthday.
Nah, this not gonna be short-lived, Stein. Because you gotta think, bro, like she got her own fan base. She's already had fame, so that's a lane for fetishes. She's of Asian descent. That's a lane for fetishes. She's playing into how young she is and how young those people have been watching her. That's a fetish, bro. Like this is what she's finna do, bro. She finna do this and try to rap. She's finna take the Bad Baby blueprint and try to do everything Bad Baby did. We see it straight up.
And then she posts this picture where she's wearing this shirt that says "Corn Star in Training." I mean, I guess I just don't really see why some people like get off on this type of thing. Like they want to see the girl's birth certificate to make sure they can goon to her the second she turns 18. They want the fucking hospital records. And I'm telling you guys, this shit is just so PDF coded. Where she says, freshly 18, please don't tell my mom. My 18th birthday exclusive shots at 12:01, only available for 24 hours. And it's just one of those things where I don't care if it's technically legal. This is just a disgusting thing for not only her to do, but obviously for everyone who goes and subscribes to this or looks forward to this type of thing. To me, it's like you would just
that's her agency
down
putting
bad,
into that.
and you need to end up on some sort of list because you're just playing on such a slippery slope.
Y'all find out what agency she signed with, man. Find out who what agency she with, man. Y'all let me know. Put it in the comments. Somebody do that quick search for me.
Apparently, guys, I'm the crazy one, because she says she made $1 million in 3 fucking hours. $1 million, Lil Tay just broke the fuck out of OF. And it's just so funny to me that this has now become something to, like, be proud of. There's, like, a sense of accomplishment. And in the modern day, there's also this sense like, oh, if it's making money, it's okay. Look, she made $1 million. While everyone else is slaving away, they can't even pay their bills. They don't even have a place to live. They can barely afford the groceries, and then she just has life on easy mode. And then she finally shares all the money she made in apparently 3 hours.
Look, it says total, she made $1 million. Subscriptions, she made 500,000. Tips, she made 26,000. So the rest of that shit came from messages, like requests and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, blah, blah, blah. Okay, send me however much for this. Send me however much for that. So she got 500K in subscriptions. I don't know how much her subscriptions cost. How much do her subscriptions cost, Chad? $20, $30, $50? I don't know, but anyways, we can break down that to see how much, how many subscriptions she sold. But most of her shit came from the messages. Well, subscriptions and then messages. So out of the subscriptions, the people who are messaging her obviously are subscribed. So out of this 500K, you double that down, that's gonna push it to that $1 million. So the 500K on subscriptions, then some of those people that are included in that 500K subscriptions have then messaged her upwards of the tune of $400,000 worth of messages and message requests in 3 hours. That's why I'm saying, yes, she probably was hype. Yes, she probably did make a lot of money, but this was going to be reported regardless because she's with an agency. The agency's best interest is to make this blow up as viral as it can to get more people in. I'm telling y'all. So she was going to do this regardless. Whether she did it organically, whether she did it, through ads or through, playing with the numbers. This was going to happen.
Hours, and she shares these alleged numbers where she got around $500,000 from personal messaging.
There you go, $486K from personal messages.
$6,000 in tips, and $500,000 in subscriptions, totaling to over $1 million in the first 3 hours. So yeah, it's essentially just the same thing that we saw with Bad Baby a couple years back. I do think that she was even more successful in her 18th birthday OF venture. And while I'm sure some of you will disagree with me, I don't know, something about this just feels like slimy as fuck to me. It feels disgusting. And it's just crazy to see the now effects of someone who was exploited in their early childhood and taught all these bad lessons about life and money and flexing on people and looking down on others, has now chose to in turn exploit herself the very first chance that she gets. I also don't think that social platforms should be okay with hosting this type of message, especially if someone's trying to do this thing when they're still like 17 years old. I don't get why you would allow them to promote themselves in that way on your platform, because a lot of these tweets, they aren't going viral because people are actually sharing them. They're going viral because the new Twitter algorithm literally just chooses to put them on people's profile. All of these have like millions upon millions of impressions. I don't know, I just hope that none of y'all out there are subscribing to this type of shit. I mean, to me, it's like one of those things, like you never have a second thought as you're entering your credit card, debit card information. You never have like post-nut clarity and think, wow, I need to reassess my life. Why am I paying for this? I don't know, it's getting weird out here, guys, but thanks for watching. Let me know what y'all's opinion.
Man, appreciate that, Jamar. Jamar be in his bag, man. And like I said, chat, being a creator myself, he makes more videos. I do streams, but just for his organization skills, like the dude just said, I had these clips saved because I knew they were going to take them down. And these were clips from like years ago. So if he still had those clips from years ago to make a video, he's in his damn bag, bro. I'm not gonna lie, he's in his damn bag, bro. No bullshit. He's in his bag, bro. That's like next level, bro. Jamari might be next level at this YouTube shit, bro. He might be next level.
The key point here, which again the mainstream media won't.
Alright, y'all, so this video is on Tulsi Gabbard. We are going to talk about the Texas Dems, and we are going to talk about, damn, what else I got in there? Ghislaine. But I didn't know all of this stuff was about Hillary Clinton. Somebody sent me this clip, and I watched like 20 or 30 seconds of it, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch this on stream, because she talking about Hillary Clinton was on some tranquilizers or something. Now, chat, what the hell is tranquilizers? I thought tranquilizers was for like animals or horses, or like what the hell is being on tranquilizers? Like what the hell is that? Is it like an antidepressant? What is the difference between a tranquilizer and like an antidepressant? Y'all let me know, because they making this tranquilizer shit sound real bad. What the hell is a tranquilizer?
Pay attention to, which is Russia actually claimed to have had very negative and derogatory information about Hillary Clinton. That if they had chosen to release that in the weeks leading up to that November 2016 election, it would have very likely have a devastating effect on her campaign.
Totally. I mean, that she was addicted to tranquilizers.
Yes.
And then you now look at that footage of her at the 9/11 ceremony in New York, being sort of staggering towards her van, having to be pushed in there. And now you look at that with different...
Tranquilizers is the first lean. Now, y'all not finna tell me Trank is some lean now. Explain to me how the hell Trank is some lean now. Now, come on now, sippers, all the drink sippers, gather around here, because I gotta ask you niggas something. What the hell is Trank, and how is it the first lean? Y'all tell me. I ain't never heard of this shit now.
Different eyes.
Corey World talking about damn Tulsi looking good. That is not your wife. She don't even know you, Corey World, and she ain't never seen that toe you got.
That's correct, that she was on tranquilizers. And there was a whole lot of other negative, that she had a strange hysteria of laughing and crying, and what other sorts of negative things?
Essentially, the documents that Russia claimed they had.
Hillary leaning is crazy. Hillary leaning is crazy, Chad. Nah, it ain't no way y'all saying Hillary was on some lean, bro. Man, come on, man. Hillary from New York, man. Now, if y'all said Bill was on some lean, y'all, man, come on. Bill from Arkansas. He a little close to Texas, Arkansas. Y'all remember how that shit. Y'all not finna tell me Hillary was sipping lean, bro. Y'all, I'm not finna let... You said it's like Thotazine. What the hell is Thotazine? What the hell is Thotazine, man? Y'all just making up shit now, bro. What the hell is Thotazine, bro? What? What is Thotazine? Now y'all telling me it's Tranks, it's Thotazine and lean and... Nah, bro. Somebody ass lying. Somebody lying. Hillary passed out on the campaign trail. No, I don't remember that. She was probably overworked, man. They probably had Hillary out there, you know what I'm saying? It was probably too hot for her to be out there trying to... You said Thorazine. Okay, Thorazine. All right. I knew Thotazine was crazy to me. I know that shit was a lie. But yeah, man, Thotazine is wild. But yeah, man, why did Hillary pass out on the campaign trail, man? Damn.
portrayed Hillary Clinton as having...
Y'all double tap the screen, shut a live out. If this your first time in my live stream, press 1. If you having a good time in my live stream, press 2. And I'm going to get some shout outs, man. We 25 subs away from the next sub goal.
Mental health challenges that would result in fits of laughter and fits of rage. It also pointed out some very specific physical health concerns that apparently leaders within the DNC were discussing amongst each other.
That's right. This wasn't invented intelligence like the Steele dossier. This was supposedly emails.
Listen, man.
Point here, which again the mainstream media won't pay attention to, which is Russia actually claimed to have had very negative and derogatory information about
Cypher, what it do?
That if they had chosen to release that in the weeks leading up to that November 2016 election, it would have very likely had a devastating effect on her campaign.
Totally. I mean, that she was addicted to tranquilizers.
Yes.
And then you now look at that footage of her at the 9/11 ceremony in New York, being sort of staggering towards her van and having to be pushed in there. And now you look at that with different eyes.
That's right.
If that's correct, that she was on tranquilizers. And there was a whole lot of other negative, that she had a strange history.
Man, Hillary finna sue the hell out their ass, man. They telling everybody Hillary on tranquilizers, man. Hillary finna sue the hell out their ass, man. Press 1 if y'all think Hillary Clinton finna sue the hell out their ass, man, for saying she was on tranks. Cypher, appreciate the super sticker, Cypher. Appreciate the $3 super sticker, Cypher. Y'all get Cypher some flames in the chat. Corey, that ain't your wife, man.
And crying.
Thank you, Cypher.
What other sorts of negative things?
Essentially, the documents that Russia claimed they had portrayed Hillary Clinton as having mental health challenges that would result in fits of laughter and fits of rage. It also pointed out some very specific...
Nah, they trying to say she crazy as hell, man. Let's not sugarcoat it, man. They trying to say she crazy as hell and she was finna be running the damn country, man. They trying to say she crazy as hell and she was finna be running the damn country, man. Talking about spats of laughter and oh my God.
Physical health concerns that apparently leaders within the DNC were discussing amongst each other.
That's right. This wasn't invented intelligence like the Steele dossier. This was supposedly emails
and communication among senior DNC officials that Russia claimed to have in their possession. So the point here is that if Putin and Russia aspired to help Trump get elected, which is what the manufactured January 2017 intelligence community assessment says, with high confidence, according to Brennan and Clapper, then Putin would have released the most damaging information and emails to help President Trump leading up to that November 2016 election. The fact is, the opposite is true. It was intentionally withheld and not released because they assumed that Hillary Clinton would win that election, and their plan, according to these documents that were found in an investigation the House Intelligence Committee conducted into the CIA's creation of this January 2017 assessment, is that Russia had decided to wait until Hillary Clinton won the election.
Oh, I think I seen something. CC, appreciate that $10 super sticker, CC. Hey, y'all get CC some flames on that $10 super sticker. Thank you for the continued support. Thank you, CC, for the $10 super sticker. Thank you. You said Tulsi is a true patriot. Okay. Somebody said she a spy. That's crazy. A Russian agent. That's crazy.
Election and wait until maybe days or weeks before her inauguration to release these documents once again to sow chaos and discord in America and to undermine her presidency.
Hold on, you said this like 2 weeks old. Oh, the hell it ain't. Tulsi Gabbard just posted this on her page today. So it might be 4 weeks old to your ass, but to us, she just posted this on her page today. Early earlier. We watched the Democrats page. We watched Jasmine Crockett and Hakeem Jeffries and them. Right now we watching Tulsi and them. You know what I'm saying? But she just posted this 4 hours ago. She responding to Hillary Clinton. This is her, Tulsi Gabbard exposes Hillary Clinton. That's her title. Tulsi Gabbard exposes Hillary Clinton. And she said this part right here, Tulsi's response to Hillary is at about 10 minutes in. So I don't think this 2 weeks old if she responding to Hillary today.
Before she would even have the opportunity to take the oath of office.
And how ironic that in fact that is what America did to itself in this Obama-Hillary conspiracy to undermine Donald Trump after the election.
You know, the American people, I think, have been, and our republic has been most harmed by this. Of course, President Trump went through hell, and his family, because of this Russia hoax that was manufactured by President Obama and his administration. We saw...
Y'all hear that? Cece said Pluxation is a stream I can leave on and get done. That's what I want y'all to do. Tab me up, man. If you can't just watch me, put me in the AirPods, sit me down somewhere, call in. We having fun. Appreciate that, Cece. I appreciate that genuine support. I did have a conversation with an individual earlier. They want me to get this podcast. They want me to get this on Spotify. They told me I need to get this on Spotify. Put ones in the chat if y'all think we need to get these episodes on Spotify. Put ones in the chat if y'all would like to see these episodes on Spotify.
The years-long Mueller investigation, 2 impeachments from Congress, the Mar-a-Lago raid on his home by the FBI. You saw multiple members of his family.
They say Tulsi a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army currently. Okay, hell yeah, Tulsi. Thank you for your service, Tulsi.
Less senior officials being investigated. But really, when we take a step back and look beyond that, and we look at the harm that took place to the American people, their faith in the integrity of our republic, this is where...
Surfer Boy said where the Epstein files, though. They said all this Hillary shit, talking about Hillary on tranquilizers and not doing well and crazy as hell, allegedly. Where the Epstein files, though.
The word dangerous. This is where...
Oh, CC, we got a Discord. You got to join the Discord. CC, you not in the Discord yet. Maz, drop the Discord for CC.
Organization of the intelligence community can have such a dangerous outcome that is really impossible actually to measure. When we look at a sitting president of the United States and President Obama unhappy with the outcome of the election and making the appearance of a peaceful transition of power,
priding himself on it
over and over, and claiming to be the champion of democracy, and yet launching what we now know came from President Obama was a covert mission, essentially, to subvert the will of the American people, create this lie that would challenge the legitimacy of President Trump's election and the 4 years of his administration, resulting and affecting in what was truly a years-long coup. This is why it's so important, and I just keep repeating myself over and over again, because you look at the evidence that we released. To look at it within the greater context of what happened in the months leading up to that election in November 2016 and what followed in the years after, in order to understand or get a glimpse into the true implications of this.
Why do you think Barack Obama did that? He'd served 8 years. He was going out on a high. What was he so frightened of with Donald Trump that he needed to sabotage him?
I haven't seen it.
No, I don't know about the Mueller candles. Remember how psychotic they were for a decade? I don't remember the Mueller candles. That might be a little bit before my time, God. Y'all tell me about the Mueller candles. What's the Mueller candles?
That reflects his inner thoughts or intentions with this. But again, I think you can take a step back and just recognize at face value, if Hillary Clinton had won that election, this would not have happened. It could only happen and could only really be motivated by the Obama administration and the president himself being unhappy
Okay, OG Yosemite said, why did they reschedule dinner meetings to discuss the business affairs of America today? You saying they didn't discuss the business affairs of America today? Well, shit, one reason would be the Texas Democrats ass in Illinois. Another reason will probably be we just put some more tariffs on, what was that, India? Yeah, man, that shit looking crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? Shit looking a little crazy right now. We got Hillary and Bill being subpoenaed to Congress. We got Jasmine Crockett running around calling Trump Timu Putin. We got a lot going on right now.
With the fact that the American people chose President Trump.
We got pastors writing bad checks for cheeks.
For Hillary Clinton.
It's a repudiation, really, of him and his 8 years.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And do you think that when we talked about it being dangerous, that the Russian invasion of Ukraine was, partly due to this? In one sense, it's because Putin saw that Joe Biden was a weak president, I guess. But also this, we see with the Durham Annex, which is the latest or one of the latest drops of declassified material, that shows that it was really the Hillary Clinton campaign with members of the George Soros Foundation who were deliberately seeding this information to force the White House to have a confrontation with Russia. And it really poisoned, I think, Donald Trump's, his intent before he came into office was to try and normalize relations with Russia, which would have been a good thing for the world.
For the cause of peace.
Cause of peace, and allow America to, utilize its efforts on combating China. But instead, we now have America in this proxy war with Russia. Do you think that the Russia collusion hoax was a factor in that?
Again, when you look at the actions and the timeline of what came next, after this January 2017 Russia hoax intelligence assessment was created, let me actually step back a little bit. After that December 8th and December 9th, the December 9th National Security Council meeting, very shortly, within days after that meeting occurred, was when President Obama made the announcement that there needed to be heightened sanctions against Russia for interfering in the U.S. election. There are many other examples when you look again at President Obama's rhetoric himself and those around him, and the fires that they were stoking resulted undoubtedly in heightened tensions between the United States and Russia, again, making it a very difficult environment for President Trump to make any progress on what he knew coming in was an important objective for the safety and security of the American people, which was to, again, work towards peace. It's the thing that he is continuing to pursue here now in his second term in office as President of the United States, and I think was a big reason why so many people across the country voted for him, both in 2016 and now here in the 2024 election.
Just talking about Hillary Clinton, some of these documents, the recently declassified Durham Annex from the Durham report from 2023, that shows some absolutely incredible emails. I mentioned between Hillary Clinton's campaign and various Soros people, just spelling out that this was an operation to dirty up Donald Trump and distract from Hillary Clinton's problems.
That's exactly right.
What do you know about that?
If you remember when we go back, and Hillary Clinton's emails were really making headlines in a lot of ways and for a lot of reasons.
And missing emails.
Yes, exactly. And so when people look at the newly declassified Durham appendix, you'll see a number of quite shocking statements in there coming from people like then DNC chairwoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, talking about how, and I'm paraphrasing here, but Hillary Clinton's emails were deleted just in time. Statements like that, references towards some of Hillary Clinton's most senior advisors saying, hey, let's use the Russia play against Trump in order to diminish the attention that's going to Hillary Clinton's emails. And it actually points to statements about how Hillary herself approved one of these plans that was put forward, again, before her, to heighten tensions around this Russia hoax, this alleged Russia collusion with Donald Trump, to draw attention away from her and away from the controversy that was surrounding her at that time. These documents also show that President Obama was briefed on this before the election, and how at that point in time he talked about how he didn't want his legacy to be tainted by Hillary Clinton and her controversy, and claimed to want to stay out of it. Obviously, at a certain...
Obama said he didn't want no dealings. They said Obama wanted to stay the hell up out of it. Y'all double tap the screen, man. If you watching on your phone right now, just double tap the screen. I know you watching on your phone. Double tap the screen for me. We 25 subs away from the next sub goal. We go live every single day over talking entertainment, current events, and politics. But she said Obama tried to distance himself. That's crazy.
Point, he made a different decision, but it really, again, starts to lay the groundwork for how we see at the highest levels of power in our country. Remember, Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State. We see at the highest levels of power in our country.
Oh, shit. CC, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. CC, y'all double tap the screen to shut the live out. Put some flames in the chat for CC and the 5 gifted members. New members, welcome to Plug Nation. You are now plugged in. You just got access to 250 past live streams. You just got access to 250 past live streams plus some cool ass emojis. Members, drop the emojis in the chat. Y'all drop the emojis in the chat. You can also get with me in the Discord. We update those emojis weekly. You give me the ideas, we gonna get the emojis.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Yeah, CC.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Okay, CC with them.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
5 gifted. Appreciate you again, CC, for the 5 gifted memberships. Y'all double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. Call your auntie, uncle, and your cousin, tell them plug live and he running his mouth, man. Straight up.
How this narrative was very intentionally used.
Appreciate your service, Steve.
And some intelligence pointing to the use of foreign agents or assets to assist in this narrative that, again, was in essence executed.
Thank you for your service,
President
Doris.
Trump's candidacy and to advance Hillary Clinton into the presidency.
And Hillary Clinton, you've had relations with that are not
Relations.
I mean, when you ran for the presidency in 2020, she called you a Russian asset. Why did she not like you back then?
There are a few reasons, yes. There are a few reasons. Number one, Hillary Clinton, as I said then, was the queen of warmongers.
Right.
So from a fundamental foreign policy view, what she was advocating.
Y'all really think Hillary was the queen of warmongers? Y'all think Hillary really was pro-war? Press 1 in the chat if y'all think Hillary was pro-war. Thank you, Colin, for the $1 super sticker. Thank you, Colin, for the $1 super sticker. Thank you, Colin, for the $1 super sticker, man. Y'all give Colin some flames in the chat for the super sticker, man. Thank you again for y'all continued support. Thank you, each and every one of y'all. Please double tap the screen for me. Please, thank you, Colin, again for supporting the channel. But do y'all think Hillary Clinton was a warmonger? Press 1 if y'all really think she was. Press 2 if she wasn't. See, when Hillary was running 2016, I was right out of high school. I had been out of high school about maybe 4 years. About 4 or 5 years. But yeah, I don't really know too much if Hillary was a warmonger. Y'all gotta let me know.
For the
thank you again for the super sticker, Colin. Thank you again for the $2 super sticker, Colin. Y'all give Colin some more flames for the $2 super sticker. Thank you again for your continued support.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Man, I want to know, man. I got to go see Hillary talking about war.
American foreign policy to be versus what I was advocating for could not have been more different and diametrically opposed.
Libya, for instance, when she was chortling about the brutal death of Gaddafi.
Which is just, every time I see that video of her in that interview, really, as you said,
I thought they wanted Gaddafi gone. I thought Gaddafi was threatening the gold standard, Chad. I thought Gaddafi wanted to, you know what I mean, take us off, make the American dollar not be the cleanest shirt in the room no more, Chad. I thought they had to get Gaddafi out of there to keep, you know what I'm saying, kicking that can down the road, allegedly. Well, what's up?
And he died. Exactly.
Yeah.
He died.
And then she
laughing about it.
Yeah.
It's
psychopathic.
It's to think about someone like her assuming the role of the president and commander-in-chief and sitting in the Oval Office.
Thank you again, Colin.
Actually quite terrifying when we look at the safety and security of the American people, and I just think about the courageous men and women I've had the privilege of serving alongside in the military, and whose lives are the ones who are put on the line when you have people like her and those who share her views in positions of power to make decisions about war and peace and life and death. So, you know, substantively, my views are diametrically opposed to hers on foreign policy and many other issues. But also back, it was because of that as then I was a vice chair of the Democratic National Committee back in 2016. And, you know, I had started to...
Yeah, I forgot they did say Tulsi Gabbard used to be a Democrat. You said, Steve say Netanyahu got us in every war since the first Gulf War? Damn, I didn't know that either. Let me go do a little research right quick.
From the inside, so much of what was wrong within the National Democratic Party, but made a decision at that time where... The scales were being tilted heavily for Hillary Clinton by then DNC Chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz, but also seeing how the mainstream media was complicit in this, because even as they touted Hillary Clinton as, and you remember, the most qualified candidate ever to run for president in our nation's history. It's a high bar.
Yes.
That's a very high bar. And yet, when you look at her actual record, they would list off all of these titles, these fancy titles that she's carried, but none of them actually looked at her record of what her policies were as a U.S. Senator, what her votes were, what her actions were around foreign policy that would qualify her to be, the most qualified person ever to be commander-in-chief. They never got into any kind of detail or below the surface on her record as Secretary of State either. The kinds of things, Libya is one example. There are many others that you could point to of where her decisions, her advice, her engagements, ultimately when it comes right down to it, made our country less safe. And so I resigned as vice chair of the DNC at the time and endorsed Bernie Sanders specifically because they had very, very different views on foreign policy. And it would give me the opportunity and the platform to have a megaphone in order to expose her record because the mainstream media refused to do it. So I have a feeling that in 2020, Hillary Clinton choosing to lob these baseless and slanderous accusations against me.
It's her thing. Russian
It's
asset.
her thing, and she may have remembered me telling the truth about who she really is and her true record for the years leading up to that point.
You hurt her feelings. And then she got her revenge. Fast forward to you find yourself on the Quiet Skies surveillance program. And I, in fact, accidentally met a whistleblower.
So she was under surveillance. They probably got a lot of us under surveillance. I ain't gonna lie, Chat.
Who told you about that. And she had found out that an ally of Hillary Clinton from way back, from her Whitewater days, decided, had seen you on television, on Fox News, on Laura Ingram's show, talking about Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris, and decided to put you on the list and make your life a kind of a misery. I think you were stopped or delayed 24 times and given extreme searches as if you were a domestic terrorist.
Yeah. Yes, she found a way to exact her revenge.
So you believe that was Hillary?
I hadn't heard that account before. I was certain, however, that it was politically motivated.
Yeah.
There was no other explanation for it other...
Namie said, I mean, you put yourself under surveillance. Probably, Namie. I mean, somebody got to do it. Somebody got to come be the voice of the politically homeless. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it is what it is. Don't worry, I got it.
That when I spoke to TSA agents in multiple airports who were just doing their jobs, but who, as they went through this extreme and in-depth search of me, and oh, by the way, my husband was also placed on this domestic terror watch list, they were like, why are we doing this with you? You are still serving as a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army Reserve. You're a former member of Congress. This makes zero sense whatsoever. And hearing that from the folks who are out there on the line every single day further affirmed what I believe to be true, that this could only be real if it were politically motivated. To not only go through these extreme, sometimes 30-minute long, 40-minute long searches before boarding any flight.
Would they go through your luggage?
Every single piece, the lining of my luggage after everything was removed, feeling down my every jacket that I had feeling down the seams of every single inch of my clothing. Again, these guys were doing what they were told to do. I wouldn't want them to be fired for, not doing their job. But when you look at the consequences, again, of this politicization of intelligence, this is another example. And who does it hurt? Well, these folks, these TSA personnel, the air marshals who were told they had to surveil me and follow me and look at how many...
Man, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I feel Tulsi Gabbard on this shit, man. One time I was at a job, man, and I had got rolled up or whatever. And you know how they do the investigation at the job. They go get statements for whatever. The girl who went in there and told on me, bro, she lied, made up all of this shit. I didn't find out until I got a management position. You know what I'm saying? I happened to get a management position before her. She had been at the job like 10 years, you know what I'm saying? I've been there like, not too long. But I applied for the position and got the position. So when I get back there, I got a little, you know what I'm saying? I got a little more access like Tulsi had. I had a little more access. I get to looking through shit, man. I read her statement, bro. She lied like a motherfucker. I said, oh, that's down bad. You down bad, low down, dirty B-word, you. You low down, dirty B-word.
Times did I pick up my phone while I'm in flight? Did I talk to any other people? Did I have any interesting conversations? Was there any movement that I made that seemed a little out of the ordinary? How many times do you get up and go and use the bathroom? I mean, the surveillance during...
Did you know they were following you?
I had kind of noticed a couple of times.
Right.
But I didn't know until later the extent of how many air marshals they required to watch me and who had to type up reports.
To get up on a plane with you and travel with you?
From drop off to move through the airport, to get on the plane, to landing at my destination, and out to the curb. The real chilling effect here, and obviously I may be one of the better known people who's been on this list, but unfortunately there are many Americans who have been targeted either for political...
Yeah, boy, tried to give me 5, listen, tried to give me 5, boy, and what's so crazy is everybody stood up for me, man. She was the only one, bro. It was her, and then there was a dude that was like, he wasn't against me, but he was basically on some shit like, shit, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? We got a 5-plug ass, we finna 5-plug ass. And but it was just the one girl that wrote that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, saying I wasn't doing my job correctly. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold the fuck on. First of all, you trained me. How the hell is you gonna say I ain't doing my job correctly? Then when she told on me, Chad, she sent me to lunch. I'm like, damn, why I gotta go to lunch? You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm going to lunch early. She, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I see motherfuckers laughing and shit. I'm like, oh, the hell is going on? I'm new at the job at the time. Not just, yeah, I am new because I'm still working in the front. I am new at the job. Tried to get me fired, boy, but I ended up getting that management like 11 months later. And I seen that shit, bro. And I didn't do no retaliatory shit. Like, I didn't make her job hell or nothing. I just really just quit fucking with her. Like, I knew, like, oh, you one of those. Like, you really wanted me fired. Now, here we are 8, 9, 10 months later. Now, I done got a management position. You acting like we cool and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, then my little cousin ended up getting hired over there. You want to be cool with my family and shit. I started telling my cousin, hey, don't fuck with her. But I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Me just being me, like, let me mind my business, you know? I ain't gonna make her life a living hell like she tried to make mine. I'm trying to support my kids, do the right thing. I wasn't trying to put no drugs in the community or nothing. You just didn't want me up here. Try to get me fired. Boy, that shit was crazy.
Reasons, or for no reason at all, experiencing what is essentially illegal and unconstitutional surveillance.
It must feel very violating.
It is. Yeah. It is. And this is the I think the real implication here is people will see me on TV criticizing Hillary Clinton's foreign policies, criticizing Kamala Harris's foreign policies, talking about how dangerous either one of them would be as president and commander-in-chief, and then very public.
Hey, listen. Big Boo Line, you said you pooped so hard watching this game. Don't worry about it. You might want to go back to the toilet because your ass is the fuck up out of here. Come back on another account, man. We don't give a fuck about your bowel movements and what you got going while you watching me, man. It's Plug After Dark. When we talk about freak nasty shit, we not talking about no Dubai poops and shit, bro. Get the fuck on, man.
Seeing how the government and the intelligence is being weaponized against me, it can have a very chilling effect on people to say, oh my gosh, like this is happening to somebody.
Oh, let's get the likes up, man. Double tap the screen. Let's get the 60 likes right quick. That's how you support the channel for free, man. Let's get the likes up right quick, man. If y'all having a good time here, press 1, man. Let's get the 60 likes right quick.
Military, and who served as a member of Congress, who ran for president, and she's speaking out and speaking the truth and standing up against these very powerful people. What would happen to, everyday American who maybe goes to a Board of Education meeting and stands up for the right of their daughter to go to school and compete in sports without being afraid for her safety and her well-being, because others are saying, well, no, boys who say that they're girls can go in your bathroom and can run against you on the track field. What happens to that mom or to that dad who stands up and speaks the truth and then is labeled a domestic violent extremist by the Biden administration?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. If I go out there, man, and my daughter's trying to play, you know what I'm saying, some whatever kind of sport, man, that she's going against, a guy or something, I'm gonna be pretty pissed off, man. Puzzles, appreciate Puzzles for the $10 super chat, man. Y'all go to Instagram, man, and support Puzzles, his daughter. She does custom puzzles and cups and bags. The puzzles, cups, and bags are all fine, man. Y'all go support her. She's like, I believe she's 12 years old. She got her own business. And I told her that we was gonna turn her up this year, man. Whatever she did last year, we was gonna try to 10x it, and that was gonna be the only sponsor of the channel moving forward, man. We do have Essence as well. Essence of Offset does support the channel. But right now, those are the only 2 sponsors, man. Y'all go support Puzzles and his daughter, man. Hold on, how do I pin that? How the hell do I pin the message? Damn. It's not letting me pin this message. I don't know how to pin the message. Hold on, chat. Yeah, it won't let me pin that. That's crazy. I can pin everything but a super chat. Why won't it let me pin a super chat? That's crazy. Y'all double tap the screen, shut the live out, man. Y'all be sure to go support Puzzles and his daughter, man. Check out the super chat. Puzzles, drop it in the comments and I'll pin it. Drop it in the comments and I'll pin it. Drop the Instagram in the comments and I'll pin it. She does custom cups, puzzles, bags and everything. I'm telling y'all, man. If you got a business, you want to raise your employee morale or whatever, they tired of getting pizza parties and shit, man. Shop with Puzzles and his daughter, man. Get them some custom puzzles. Employee of the month, worst driver, best driver, who's always early, who always stays late, man. Get them a custom puzzle. Make them feel good, man. You can laminate it, all that good shit.
So you can see again the chilling effect that this would have and the menacing effect that it has really on sending a message, you better comply or else. You better remain silent or else, because look at what we did to Tulsi Gabbard. Just imagine what we can do to you, and you won't have a platform to speak up about it and expose them for doing exactly what they're doing.
How ironic that you now are the head of the intelligence community. You're the DNI. They never would have imagined that that would be the outcome.
I don't know that I did either. Anticipate that.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. When y'all said hold on. When y'all said damn, I can't even find a damn comment. Oh, when y'all said Corella DeVille here, she went through some shit. I thought them was streets. I thought she was like, you know what I'm saying, like Storm off the damn, y'all know what I'm talking about. I thought them was streets. Hold on, what was I trying to look up? It was, oh yeah, I got it. Oh yeah. That Piers Morgan. Y'all wanna watch Piers Morgan talk about Diddy lawyers, or y'all wanna hear him talk about Candace Owens? They say him and Candace Owens. Yeah, we finna in the Democrats.
I don't think my series has gripped the.
Yeah, we're gonna watch Piers and Candace. I hadn't seen this one yet, and they talking about the Democrats debating the future. Yeah, let's see what the Dems talking about with their future. Then we'll go watch the Trump, because they said Maxwell came out and said Trump did nothing wrong. Oh yeah, also I seen earlier on Benny Johnson channel, I seen he interviewed that woman that got beat up, and she said she is not Russian. She said she is not Russian. She's from Ohio. She doesn't know where the Russian things came from. So I wanted to clear that up. She said she is not Russian. The woman that got beat downtown Cincinnati, y'all know the woman that had tried to break up the fight or whatever, and that one dude sucker punched her, knocked her all the way out. They were trying to say she was Russian. Now, I don't know if the men were Russian or whatever. Maybe they were, but she went on Tucker Carlson, said they done raised like $500,000 for her, and she is definitely not Russian. She's definitely not Russian. But yeah, let me pull up this clip right quick. I did want to let y'all know that it ain't even reports coming out that she's not Russian. She said it out of her own mouth that she's not Russian. That she from Ohio. Let me pull up this clip, chat. Y'all double tap the screen, man. Let's get the 65 likes right quick. Let's get the 65 likes right quick.
I don't think my series has gripped the entire world and caused a global leader to get on a plane and beg President Trump to shut me up, because I'm just...
Beg the global leader to get on the plane and come tell President Trump to shut me up. Candace popping her shit, bro. Like, Candace in her bag right now, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. Like, when you are like a creator or an opinion on the internet, like, that's what I call myself over here. Like, I'm an opinion. I'm the voice of the politically homeless. You know, I speak out for certain shit, for a certain demographic of people, for a certain group of people, for a certain, you know, just opinion. But when you get in one of those rhythms like Candace Owens is in right now, like Tucker Carlson is in right now, like Benny Johnson, Anton Daniels, even Nick Fuentes, when you get in one of those bags like that, it's like no matter what you say, it's just gonna get taken there. Like no matter the tone you use, no matter it's like you can do nothing. You can do no non-viral. You know how they say you feel like you can do no wrong? It's like you feel like you can do no non-viral. Like everything they say is just like, and they know it because they're good creators. They're good voices. They know how to, you know what I'm saying, create moments. Like Candace, this opening, this clip that Tucker took to draw you into this episode, like Candace created that moment. Like these people know what the hell is going on, bro. They know how to create moments. Like listen to what Pierce clips out at the beginning.
My series has gripped the entire world and caused a global leader to get on a plane and beg President Trump to shut me up because I'm just sitting there going, la, 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 she looks like a woman in a wig. I received a phone call from Trump himself. He said he was very confused when Emmanuel Macron took him to the side of a car, wanted him to get in touch with me to make me stop speaking about his wife. They contacted that UK firm and had them go out to find a crisis PR team in America ahead of my series. You really are asking people to defy their common sense in this moment.
I admire your balls. I mean, probably the wrong term to use given the issue we're discussing. $300,000 to charity. I say she's a woman. Are you prepared to take that bet?
I'm 1,000% prepared. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's packing stadiums in red states, by the way, that should be something that Democrats would want to latch onto. Part of the reason we're in this mess is because of Democrats like James Carville.
Because she's going to talk about affordability and the issues that actually matter to people, not this like whole made-up culture war issue and extends to the national scale. Do you think that if J.D. Vance ran simply...
I told y'all, like just listening to that guy right there talk, I tell y'all this. Right now, MAGA, the conservatives, are delusional over this Epstein shit, not letting this shit go on over, you know what I'm saying? Like right now, the far right is delusional and the far left is just confused as hell. Like they're just confused. Like what the fuck is he talking about? Like what is he talking about, Chad?
On trans issues, and you had like a Gavin Newsom talking about affordability. Do you think that people would actually go for J.D. Vance in that election?
James, you said last week that Democrats have to let this trans stuff go. What is your reaction?
My reaction is that's up to athletic governing bodies. I'm just not into the 400-meter dash at the girls' track meet.
Canaboo, is Sydney Sweeney a Nazi?
In 2026, certainly the issues are going to be the cruelty of grabbing brown and black immigrants in Home Depot parking lots. That's not what America voted for.
Well, the massive lawsuit filed by the Macrons against Candace Owens is extraordinary and unprecedented on many levels. This is the world leader suing a US citizen for defamation in a US court. And the US citizen is not a legacy news brand or a business mogul, but a successful podcaster, which is a measure of the shifting balance of power in media. President Macron and his wife Brigitte accused Candace Owens of relentless worldwide bullying and a campaign of global humiliation over the repeated claim that Brigitte Macron is a man. Macron has tried other methods of warning Candace to drop the issue, including, she says, asking President Trump to call her directly, which he did. Well, so far, the main impact of the lawsuit has been to bring the Brigitte claims to an even bigger audience, with prominent coverage everywhere from NBC, CNN, and the BBC. But many legal commentators reckon it's Candace.
Hey, Chad, picture getting a call from Trump, bro. Like, picture just sitting at home on a random, Wednesday night, you know what I'm saying? Just a random Wednesday night. Phone rings, it's Trump. It's Candace. I'm gonna need you to stop talking about the French president's wife, Candace. I'm gonna need you to let that go, Candace. Like, how would you feel? You just get a call from Trump like, hey, you know that shit you've been talking about over there? I'm gonna need you to stop. I'm gonna need you to stop all that, man.
Owens, who ought to be worrying. So is she? Well, in a moment, I'll ask her, but here's a reminder of how we got here.
I think you're a man.
Shit.
You're born a man. You may want to split hairs about, well, I'm really a woman. I feel on the inside, young woman. An insulting wig that you're wearing. It's ridiculous. It's like you're laughing at us. What I'm saying is that you were born a man and you will die a man. It is very clear that Brigitte truck.
Bro, and y'all see why I say Candace know how to create moments, bro. Like what? Come on, bro. Like Candace knows how to create moments, bro.
Existed. It's very clear that she was, in fact, the sister of Jean-Michel Trogneau. And I think that if I am guessing
what it do?
Here, Jean-Michel Trogneau took Brigitte Trogneu's identity at some point. It's plausible that Brigitte Trogneau got sick, that the real Brigitte Trogneau got sick and perhaps had a dying wish to help her brother. It's very early on, but I know that the process is supposed to be the pain, that they want to drag this out. I can't see them wanting to make it to Discovery. I just don't see that happening. I think they'll fake kill Brigitte first. Like they'll be like, oh, Brigitte passed away from stress because of what Candace did.
Well, the host of the Candace Show, Candace Owens, rejoins me now. Candace, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Piers?
I'm good. Are you a woman?
I am, in fact, a woman, and I certainly would never sue someone to prove to the world that that is a fact. I would probably be laughing.
Well, how can you prove to me you're a woman if I don't believe you?
Damn, Pierce, what you wanted to do, Pierce? Pierce freaked out. His plug out the door, bro. What? Ain't no way Pierce let brash, man. Come on, Pierce. Okay. Pierce said, fuck all of that, man. Look at Pierce. Look how he biting his lip, man. Pierce ain't bullshitting, chat. Well, Court, what it do, man? What's up with it, Court? Look at Pierce biting his lip, talking about how you gonna prove to me you a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, man. Pierce is funny as hell.
I wouldn't have to. You could do 18 hours of a show saying that I was living as a man for 30 years. And the easiest thing for me to do, obviously, would be to just release pictures of me living, yearbooks.
Pictures of what? To release pictures of what? Nah, see, you might be a Pierce Alley right now, Candace.
Cheerleading team, me pregnant, me with my children, raising my children. Long before, if I ever got to the point where I thought that I needed to launch a lawsuit, I would probably just release a few photos if we're playing devil's advocate here.
But ultimately, the easiest and quickest and best way to prove to me that you're a woman, I'm not just...
Oh my God, what's the easiest, quickest, and best way, chat? Y'all let me know. Double tap the screen right now, man. What do y'all think is the easiest and best way for Candace Owens to prove to Piers Morgan that she is a woman right now? What's the easiest and best way, bro? Let me know, chat. You talking about buy someone birth certificate? Oh my God, man. Come on, man. I hear you, Misty. Come on, chat. What's the easiest and quickest way for Candace to DNA test? Okay, Anton. Big Niece, thank you for the $5 super sticker. Big Niece, thank you, girl. Y'all give Big Niece some flames in the chat for that super sticker. You say, grab your ankles is demon time. You trying to get on one, ain't you? You say, it's sad to even talk about like if a grown man don't want a woman, this world is in serious jeopardy. Yes, I do believe that, but you gotta understand biblical instructions before leaving Earth. You gotta understand that a lot of these people are spending thousands and thousands, 40, 50, 60,000 to look like a woman. 60, 70,000 to look like a woman. 200,000, 300,000 to look like a woman. Let's be real here.
Disputing that you're a woman. I think you probably are. I know you like to cast doubt on people's gender and sexuality, so I'll just leave it floating, hoping that someone in the internet world grabs it and makes me tons of money with is Candace male or female? But my point is this.
Hey, Pierce, I appreciate you for that live, Pierce. You hear what Pierce just said? I had to ask you that for somebody, so somebody could add, you know what I'm saying, what'd he say? I had to ask you that so somebody could clip it up and be like, Pierce, hey, thank you for the live, Pierce. I appreciate that. Pierce, I appreciate that. You looking out for people like me, Pierce, you know what I'm saying? You saying clip that shit up. I ain't gonna clip it up, Pierce, but we gonna stream it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you your acknowledgement, you know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate that, you know what I'm saying?
You would be able to prove it to me by taking a simple sex test, right? You would just say, here we are, here are the results, here's the sex test.
A sex test? Bro, Pierce know what the fuck he's doing creating these moments, bro. Now, what the fuck is a sex test? Now, I know what he's inferring, like just take a DNA test or whatever, but when he say take a sex test, where is that gonna take people's mind? Like, Pierce is bro, these creators know what they doing, bro. Like, I'm just gonna tell y'all, bro, these two people might be next level, bro. Like, we just watched Jamari video, and I say he might be next level in making videos. These people right here, man, are next level with this shit, bro. Pierce in his bag right now. Real talk.
Actually, because we were in communication with her legal team long before she launched this website, we never asked for something that deep. We literally gave her...
You said, can I say hi to the man for me, please? Who the fuck is the man? Who the fuck is the man?
T1 yes or no questions and asked her to just answer it on the record. Also offered to fly over to Paris and interview Brigitte to get her side of the story. Before we even launched the first episode of the Becoming Brigitte series, we were in communication and offered them a chance to rebut. And they came back and said, we don't have to submit anything to prove that she is a woman, and we don't want to answer your questions. I've published those legal letters. It's the reason why people that watch this series are just not believing the media when they pretend that this was like, oh, Candace wanted the blood of the First Lady. No. Also, she's not suing. Obviously, my series was based on a book entitled Becoming Brigitte that I did alongside the journalist who worked on this story for 10 years. She's not suing him for defamation, but she is suing him for cyberbullying, which is really, if you...
See how that collaboration worked? The journalist worked on this story for 10 years. Candace Owens come in at the tail end of that shit, man. Like, hey, look, I can get this story out of there. The author of the book is like, hey, look, this shit probably ain't gonna go nowhere. They both having a moment right now. This is Candace Owens' biggest moment of her career. She stamped that. She's the one getting sued. She's the one getting calls from Trump. She's the one having these videos do millions every single day. She is winning. And whoever that is put in that 10 years of work, and now they got a book that is getting worldwide attention. That book will be a bestseller. Straight up. Whether it was going to be sit on the shelf, nobody heard about it, fuck all that. Now it's going to be a bestseller. The author's going to have a best-selling book because of the promotion. Like, this shit is crazy.
You read through the lawsuit against me, they are misrepresenting the things that I've said, taking them out of context.
Oh, you saying I don't like her? Why don't I like her? I mean, I fuck with Candace. What do you mean? I fuck with Candace. Shit, I'm just saying how this shit works. It was a favor for a favor. Like, shit, she came in, scooped that 10 years of work up at the end, but she made that 10 years of work do 1,000-fold what it would have done if he just released it on his own. That shit would have fell on deaf ears. Like, let's be real. Candace took this shit 1,000-fold. This the biggest moment of her career, and it's probably the biggest moment of the author's career. Like, shit, that's collaboration.
Context, and pretty much smearing me in the process by pretending that we asked something extraordinary by saying we won't run this entire series if you can just show us a few photos of you living in this 30-year period.
Right. I don't think photos can be easily manipulated. We know that in the modern era. I just think a sex test is definitive. And the reason I'm asking you this is because I'm assuming, and maybe I'm completely wrong, maybe I'm the deluded one here, I don't think so, but I'm assuming the only reason that Brigitte Macron and her husband, who's the president of France, are coming after you personally in American courts for defamation is that they know all they have to do to completely refute your entire conspiracy theory, which is what they say it is they just have to prove she's a woman.
Like, let's be real. Would you, if you had 10 years of work, would you rather break it through somebody like a Candace Owens, or would you rather, break it through a damn traditional means of like going through a company or, like Like, let's be real here, man. Candace, or that's one person. You ain't got everybody hand in the damn pot, man. You go over there like, look, Candace, you break this damn story. I'm going to let you run with it, man. I'm going to get the book sales and shit, the free promo. This Candace Owens, every video is doing 1 million. She's probably, the author probably getting a better split. Candace probably got the story, probably got, you know what I'm saying, probably getting some, you know, little ag cut in. But it's not going to be like what a regular, you know, distributor will want. Somebody who's going to promote it for you like an agency. They probably going to want 30, 40%, 50% if they really just put you in there like that, man. Candace probably like, look, man, I need it just as much as you need it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do good business.
If she's a woman, and she's had 3 children, miraculously, and I know I've seen your slightly torturous explanation for how she's managed to secretly have 3 kids, and it wasn't her, and she's a man. But I've seen what you've said. But ultimately, if she proves she's a woman, which is very easily provable, your whole case just implodes, doesn't it?
Well, Pierce, it sounds like you're on our side. It's been 10 years of the press saying that she was born a woman. She sued people for cyber.
Oh, you said I'm talking to Candace Owens and Pierce Morgan. I made it. Yeah, I ain't made it yet, man. We almost there. Pierce, shout out, bro. Pierce, call me, man. Let me get over there. Candace, holla at me. You know, I'm the voice of the politically homeless. You know, call me over there. Shit, we can have a nice little conversation. And, yeah. Shit, I'm here. I'm available. I'm taking calls, man. If I haven't made it to that point yet, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. No hard feelings. I'm just going to keep grinding and do the work that I need to do for y'all to eventually reach out. How about that?
Cyberbullying. She's sued people for speaking wrong about a document, and yet the easiest path would have just been to simply release photos from 30 years of your life. That is why this is unbelievable. You're also, I think, largely misrepresenting my series. You showed only clips of me discussing things after the lawsuit, but you didn't actually show anything from my series. I don't think my series has gripped the entire world and caused a global leader to get on a plane and beg President Trump to shut me up because I'm just sitting there going, la, 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 she looks like a woman in a wig. No. It's a very serious subject, actually, Piers, and if you watched even the first episode of the Becoming Brigitte series, you'll understand there's an entire network of pedo criminals that are surrounding the Macrons. They have had multiple scandals regarding pedophilia that have just engulfed his presidency, and they are going after journalists, and to be clear, these were mainstream journalists, not far-right podcasters or however it's being presented in the media today, that were simply trying to do a biography on the First Lady. They were supporters of her. They were feminists. They wanted to basically glorify her as the president's wife, and they fell down a dark hole. Condé Nast journalists, by the way. They fell down a dark hole because they felt suddenly that they weren't able to get any answers to their basic questions. This was a mainstream issue in France. And so I think you do yourself a disservice when you misrepresent it as if I'm just like sitting here going, la, 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 she's wearing a wig. Show the real excerpts from the Becoming Brigitte series. It's incredibly compelling.
No, I saw that.
Even you could ignore that it's strange. It's strange. Like 30 years of it, why would you go through all this effort when you could just drop photos of 30 years of your life where you allegedly had 3 children? Where are your children, by the way?
Allegedly had 3 children.
Wouldn't your children come out years and defend you by just dropping pictures of their childhood with you? Do you know her children won't do that, and yet miraculously those same children do
Candace,
drop photos of their father?
All right, Candace, let me present another series of explanations for what's happened here. Sure. I believe, and maybe I'm wrong, all right, so let me put that caveat at the start here. Maybe you're right, okay? I don't think you are. I think you've been hoodwinked by these journalists who have gone on a complete fantasy trail of nonsense, trying to suggest Brigitte Macron never had 3 children, is a man, it's all a lie, and all the stuff that you've been doing on your channel, and getting huge traffic for and making tons of money. So if you're right, it's been a magnificent display of fearless journalism, exposing a bombshell revelation about the First Lady of France. I absolutely make no bones about that whatsoever. But if you're wrong, as I believe, I genuinely believe you're wrong, then it leaves 2 avenues of explanation for why you would pursue this so aggressively. One, you've been duped by these French journalists. And secondly, worse, that you kind of know it's not true, but you've ridden the wave of conspiracy theory about it because it's been so lucrative and it's gone around the world, like you've been saying. And I think that is why they're suing you, because ultimately they know that you've been amplifying this massive...
Oh shit, Pierce saying Candace just riding it, doing this shit for the money. Is that what Pierce saying in her face? Like, I think you just doing this shit for the money. I know, cause I'm Pierce and we do the same damn thing. We in the same field. Candace, you might pull this shit over the world, but I know you're just riding it for the money. You don't even believe that shit. You know she got a cooler barrel over there, man. Allegedly.
Simply more than the journalists had in France, getting way more global traction. And it boils down to one simple fact. Not photographs, as you keep trying to distract me with, but a sex test. If on day one of this case she just produces an actual sex test report that says she's a woman, you're going to realize in that moment you've been completely duped. What do you do then? More and more Americans are putting their health first, getting back into shape, with diet and cardio.
Multiple lawsuits involved in...
Yeah, we need to get our ass in shape as Americans. That's what Pierce ad was for, but we do need to get our ass in shape.
To shut journalists up. I mean, you really are asking people to defy their common sense in this moment. They know what has happened here. They know that we went to Brigitte before we started this series to get Brigitte's side of this. We were in contact with Brigitte's lawyers, the same ones that filed this case. We asked simple yes or no questions. We were not requiring a blood test. We were asking, can you confirm this is you in this photo from the childhood that has been produced, ironically, by a woman who was charged for forging documents. That woman's name is Mimi Marchand, and she was the first couple's PR person until she got in too much trouble for being a gangster and forging documents. They refused and declined to answer those questions. So, like I said, you are asking people at home to suspend their common sense and to truly believe that rather than answering yes or no questions, rather than maybe at first going after the author of...
Maxwell already cleared Trump. Maxwell already said she didn't see anything going on with Trump while he was around.
Xavier Poussard, who is a Frenchman, for defamation. That would be the first thing. Why don't you launch, at least at the same time, both of these suits? I'm going to go after...
You said our people believe in this story, true crime. I'm going to keep it real. Do I believe that the French president's wife is truly a man? I'm about 45. I'm about 45. Yeah, I'm about 40. I'm about 50-50. I'm about 50-50 on it. And I'm going to keep it real with you. I was going to say a little bit there, but I'm about 50-50 on it, man. Probably, but maybe not. You know what I'm saying?
Candace and Xavier Poussard, they are instead only going after me for defamation and not the person who sourced this entire quote-unquote rumor. There is, let me tell you, Piers, too many people who have watched this series, okay? They're watching your show now and they know that you are not accurately presenting what has happened here. But also, Piers, I think you are better than defending a pedo-criminal network, right? And that's the biggest piece of the story, is how many people around them have gone down, publicly admitted that they were pedophiles and were involved in this campaign at the beginning. Even if you removed the allegation, which I believe from the bottom of my heart, like I said early on, I would stake my entire career on the notion that she was actually born John Michel Drugnell. I believe that, right? And I'm willing to go through this because it's an important story about government deception. But even if you suspended that, you are right now defending a government that lied even about the beginning of their quote-unquote love story, in which his parents removed him from school because of this creepy 40-year-old teacher who found a 14-year-old student to be sexy or attractive. This is wrong. Everything that's happening right now in France is wrong and it's perverted. And as a mother, I will stand up to this, and I am confident that we will emerge as the winners of this, because in America, truth is an absolute defense against defamation, and I am telling the truth.
Yeah, it is an absolute defense, and I think there are perfectly legitimate questions about how their relationship started, the massive age gap, and the rest of it. I don't dispute that for a moment, but you know, as you say, in a defamation case, it ultimately comes down to truth mattering. And it seems to me this whole case is going to be resolved in a very straightforward way, because the obvious way to prove that you're wrong and have been systematically lying about it, if you've been doing it deliberately or otherwise, but telling a lie about her, which has obviously caused an enormous amount of hurt, is if they just produce evidence she's a woman. Do you accept if they do that, your whole case disintegrates?
Of course it would disintegrate. Well, first off, no, they would have to prove the actual malice standard in America, which would mean that we knowingly knew this. We went to them with questions and they refused to answer. That is very strange. You're saying you're a victim now because this series came out, and yet you had the power to stop the series when we came to you and said, we're not interested in telling any lies. We actually want to get to the truth of this story, and we asked very simple questions. Did you ever live as a woman named Veronique? I believe, yes, Brigitte Macron, before taking on the identity of Brigitte Trogneau, lived as a woman named Veronique. Why wouldn't you just answer that question and say,
bro, what I want to know is, how do these people have this much time on their hands to have all these different aliases and different lives, going from John Pierre to whatever the hell she's calling her now, then to Brigitte? Like, this is 3 different name changes, 3 different lives, 3 different... What? Like this is some shit that comes in a book, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. We go live every single night over here talking entertainment, politics, and current events, man. Double tap the screen.
They know. If it gave you so much...
We 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal.
...was out there, why not respond to that effectively in the 10-year period that you had the time to respond to it? Okay, Brigitte is not a victim. Far from that, I believe Brigitte is actually somebody who has victimized Emmanuel Macron. Emmanuel Macron is pathetic. He's absolutely pathetic for letting this go on for so long. You could easily dispel these rumors. And like I said, we were asking for photos from a 30-year period of Brigitte's life. We were not asking for blood. We were asking for simple answer, yes or no. Could you show us some photos of you raising your alleged children? They failed to produce that and now are pretending that they're victims. And of
but
course,
they're under no obligation. Candace.
Right, they're not, but don't then complain and say you had to file a lawsuit. They contacted us, Piers. You're under no obligation. We didn't reach out to them. They reached out to us first.
Hang on. They say they made it crystal clear to you that all your claims were wrong, right? That your basic premise that she's a man is wrong. They said they told you that before. You went ahead anyway. You've carried on. Even when they launched the lawsuit, you carried on saying the same stuff, right? And it's a massive play on your part. Listen, I admire your balls. I mean, it's probably the wrong term to use, given the issue we're discussing. I do admire your balls.
Bro, you can't make this shit up, bro. Pierce be in his bag, bro. Pierce be in his bag. He asked Candace to prove how she be a woman and shit. Oh, this, and this, you know what I'm saying? He knew he was trying to pull that. Then he tell her like, oh, you got some balls. While we talking about it, bro, you can't make this shit up, bro. You Pierce in his bag, bro.
Balls, right? Because you're going for it and you're doubling and tripling and quadrupling down. But ultimately, your entire reputation is now directly linked, it seems to me, to whether Brigitte Macron is male or female. If she proves she's a woman, where does that leave you?
If she was gonna...
Man, Candace don't give a fuck. She could drop her drawers right now and show that thing, man, and Candace gonna say she bought it. She could produce a sex test tomorrow. Candace gonna say she bought it. Do you know how much pull she has being the president's wife and this, the man? And Candace gonna ride this bitch till the wheels fall off, man. That's what she's gonna do. You heard it here first. Whether she apologize or not, it's gonna be a dry apology. Like, come on, Chad. I mean, you know, we reached out.
To prove she was a woman, she would have done it over the last 10 years. And like I said, they came to us first, and we said we will not publish this series if you answer questions, okay? So they were on the offense in that moment. I didn't go to them and go, I deserve a response to this. They had their lawyers email us speaking about this question. And so I have been completely honest and transparent with my audience. This matters to me because I'm a mother. And there are too many people around them that have been charged with pedophilia, many who have admitted that they were pedophiles, not even just pedophiles, incestuous pedophiles, people that molested their children that are surrounding them. Even the lawyers that they're dealing with are lawyers that defend pedophile and incest, preferring it to as happy incest when children are molested by their fathers. That's their...
What? Y'all, God, they making this shit up, bro. They have terminology for this shit. Happy incest, bro. I'll slap the shit out of somebody about that, man. Allegedly, man. I can't even, man, we on YouTube. But y'all know what's going on, bro. That shit is crazy.
Their current lawyer who has attached himself to this case in France, Eric Dupont-Moretti. everywhere you look, you see a story regarding incest and pedophilia that surrounds this couple. I have presented that to the public. And if you are going to pretend that they have not lied, Piers, a couple of weeks ago, when Brigitte smacked Emmanuel Macron on camera on the plane, the Élysée Palace answered and said that it was Russian propaganda and that it never happened. They lie all the time. It's very easy to lie in France, where they have laws against speech and laws against cyberbullying and where journalists are afraid. It's not so easy to lie in America. I'm glad they brought this to my turf, because now the French people are watching and cheering, knowing that this couple has lied to...
Piers messy. He done put the clip in, Bridget pushing the man in the face, Piers in his bag, bro.
Very beginning. They are due for an exposure, and no, I do not believe that she is going to be able to now, or willing to suddenly prove that she is a woman when she could have done that for the last 8 years.
Okay, tell me about the phone call from Donald Trump in which he tried to get you to drop all this.
Yeah, certainly. I received a phone call, and to be clear, this was on the very same day that Emmanuel Macron visited the White House, ostensibly to discuss Ukraine and Russia. I received a phone call at first from a third party saying that, and what I was told was that Emmanuel Macron, who was negotiating in good faith regarding an end to the Ukraine and Russia war, which would have required his signature on...
They trying to say if Candace is in the middle of negotiations between the Russian and Ukraine war, bro, what the hell is going on here, chat? 2025 cannot be real. Double tap the screen, share the live out, man. 2025 cannot be real, bro. Like, chat, press 1 in the chat if y'all think it's crazy. Press 1 in the chat if y'all think it's crazy that they're trying to say the Russia-Ukraine war negotiations have Candace Owens in the middle of it because of her talking about the French president's alleged boy toy.
On some EU stuff, was holding up stuff because he wanted Trump to speak to me, to get me to stop talking about Brigitte Macron. Again, very odd measure when we already said that we would stop speaking about Brigitte Macron. If you had simply answered our questions, you could have stopped this. And then the next day, or maybe it was within 48 hours, I received a phone call from Trump himself. He obviously was not following the series. He is not someone who I think watches a bunch of podcasting shows, but he said he was very confused when Emmanuel Macron took him to the side of a car and brought this up, asked him if he knew him, asked me to stop speaking about his wife, wanted him to get in touch with me to make that happen. Again, that's an extraordinary effort for a state leader to get on a plane and speak to another state leader to shut up a podcaster in America when all you have to do to dispel the rumors is to tell the truth and answer the questions. It's so easy. It's so easy to do that. I would never let it get to a point where I had to sue
what did you say to
podcaster in France. Well, I told him in the short run while they were having those negotiations that I wouldn't say anything, which is why we didn't report on it for, I think it was about 4 months or 5 months later. And that then afterwards, once they were done having those discussions, that I would reach out again and tell the person that I was going to speak about it publicly on my platform, because obviously I believe in free speech.
I mean, it's a fascinating situation. You've got a world leader coming after a podcaster. That, on its own, is fascinating. But it's because you have such a big following, and because they believe...
Y'all talking about 7-foot black men supposed to be here as aliens in November and angry. What Lala, what the hell is you talking about?
From my understanding, that unlike the French journalists, where they were getting...
That shit sound like Space Jam.
Small amount of traction, but not very much. It's only when you embraced this wholeheartedly and began to do this as a big series on your very popular show and channel that at that point they realized this was going around the world and they had to do something about it. And they've launched this unprecedented act. I just can't, I mean, look, again, I might be wrong, but I cannot imagine a scenario where the President and the First Lady of France launch an action like this unless they are 100% certain that they are right, that she is a woman.
Okay, then can you answer why? Because you're saying it's because I'm big. They've gone after small journalists, right? They just lost. in the upper courts against the initial journalist that brought this forward for defamation. If you lost this on your home court, why would you take this lawsuit overseas? It doesn't make any sense, right? There had to have been some evidence presented, which they only presented an expired ID, which is completely ridiculous, an expired voting ID. So you're telling me that you're not going to go after, you lose in the journalist on your home court, but you take this now overseas because I'm a bigger journalist? And to be clear, Piers, Xavier Poussard, they did launch a legal action against him on the same day they launched a legal action against me, okay? But they're not suing him for defamation. They are suing him for cyberbullying. So I got all of my information sourced from Xavier Poussard's book. I did a presentation on Xavier Poussard's book, and yet you don't go after Xavier Poussard for defamation?
See, Candace plugging the hell out of Xavier Poussard. You know what I'm saying? Like she said, did nobody hear about that shit? Xavier Poussard brought this shit to the world, won his case. Now he got getting sued for cyberbullying. You know what I'm saying? Candace, and that was an even trade-off, man. Xavier Poussard, man. Shout out to you for locking in with Candace, man. Candace, you know, this the biggest story of her career. People giving her the credit, but she's taking the time out to be like, hey, look, nah, this Xavier dude did 10 years of work, man, and wrote this book, man. That's some real shit.
And he lives in France? Why is that? The answer to that question is because Xavier Poussard has been on the offense against them. He won in the courts to have her Sacré-Cœur, which is Sacred Heart, is where Brigitte Macron allegedly went to school, in high school. He won for them to release we would call it in America, a yearbook, which would have had a photo of Brigitte Macron in it. The school is refusing to give it to him. So the court would have to at first acknowledge the actions that this brave...
Who got that yearbook, man? Listen, chat, man, all my internet sleuths, everybody, man, who can do it, get your hands on this and that, man. We need that yearbook, man. We need that yearbook over here, man. We need that yearbook, man. Let's see what's going on.
Journalists brought against Brigitte Macron to expose this story before they would acknowledge her actions against him. They are being very cunning in how they're dealing with this. They launched this lawsuit because they failed in their first defamation effort, so they thought if they launched an even bigger lawsuit as a PR...
Y'all talking about y'all want an intergalactic passport. Listen, chat, I ain't trying to go too many other countries. Y'all talking about leaving the earth and shit, man. Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
And to be clear, Piers, this is not all they've done. We have evidence that they hired a crisis PR team here in the United States before I launched my first episode of Becoming Brigitte. When they were in communication with us back in January, they used a UK firm, and they contacted that UK firm and had them go out to find a crisis PR team in America ahead of my series. Why would you do that? It's completely crazy. You're in contact with us. You have the power to stop this series.
Alright, if as I believe you are completely wrong and you end up losing this case, would you accept that everything you've been doing, if she establishes to the world she is a woman, that everything you've been doing would constitute, in that eventuality, a very cruel, vindictive campaign of bullying against a woman, challenging
I want to be very clear. I would have never
woman.
done this. Like I said, I was not interested in being the crusader against this because I went to them and I said, if you answer these questions, we will not run the series. I'm only interested in truth. I only went after this story because I was shocked by the pedocriminal network which surrounds them. It's shocking, okay? There are real children being harmed right now in Paris, and there are real citizens that are being gaslit about these circumstances. I don't know many people who can say, all of my homies are pedophiles, but it just keeps happening by accident. This is a very big story in France, and the people in France are behind me for a reason, Piers. Like I said, this would not have been a globally impactful series if I was just up there flipping my hair saying, well, it kind of looks like her wig is bad. We presented a lot of evidence. Xavier presented a lot of evidence, and I believe in my heart of hearts that she is not only a groomer and a creep for the relationship that she began with Emmanuel Macron when he was just a student and 14 years old in that play, but also that they are liars that are leading this country, France, down the drain. Truly, I believe this in my heart that Brigitte Macron was born a child, actually not a man, but born a male named Jean-Michel Tragneau. And everything that they have done has only further led me to that conclusion because they are not behaving as though truth is on their side. You don't try to silence journalists.
Well, last time we discussed this on Uncensored, I bet you $150,000 that you were wrong and that she's a woman. On X, when we discussed this further, I doubled it. This is for charity, to $300,000. You haven't accepted that yet. So right now, $300,000 to charity. I say she's a woman. Are you prepared to take that bet?
I'm 1,000% prepared to take that bet. I actually didn't see your tweet, or I would have accepted it live. So we can totally accept that bet.
Okay,
I believe Brigitte Macron is a male, and that they will not be presenting any evidence to the contrary, because they would have done it already.
Okay, Candace, I appreciate you coming on Uncensored. I think you're completely wrong, but we shall see. Action of this extraordinary story. Thank you very much, Stephen.
Piers is funny, bro. Like, I don't know if y'all get a kick out of this shit, bro, but I get a kick out of Piers doing this shit. Candace Owens, thank you for coming on my show. I think you're completely wrong, but until next time. Piers an asshole, bro.
So coming back on?
I'll be back to get my money, Piers.
We shall see. I'm very confident.
Piers an asshole.
Now, everybody knows how much I enjoy my tea. I'm very happy to say that today...
I like tea too. Not sponsored, but I do like tea. I'm not even gonna shout out no brand, but I do like tea. Sweet tea to be exact.
This point are historically divided. It is a complete and utter mess. It is messier than a hoarder's basement. What are we talking about here? The national early poll leader, 25% plus. Normally that's where...
Yeah, intergalactic bride is crazy. You gotta know, Sunset, man. Your ass gonna get up there, man, and not be able to get back, man. Y'all double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. Let's get the 150 likes right quick. Let's get the 150 likes, man. Double tap the screen if you watching on your phone. That's how you support the channel for free. We do have memberships available. They get you access to 250 past live streams and some cool ass emojis. We 25 subs away from the next sub goal, man. Double tap that screen for me. Share this video out far and wide. It looks like they talking about national early poll leaders. First time no one hits 25% since 1992. So they saying nobody's up right now.
Where Democrats are. Biden was at 25% plus in 2020. Hillary Clinton was in 08 and 16. Gore was in 00 and 04. At this particular point, there is no one in the Democratic race for president who's polling at 25% plus. The water is quite warm. If you're a Democrat potentially thinking about running in 2028, jump right in, because at this point, there is no front runner.
Well, we're now a year on from the brat summer and 9 months on from the presidential election. But the Democrat currently being talked about the most is Kamala Harris. She's announced she won't run to be governor of California, perhaps because she still has one eye on a loftier office, and she's back with a new book.
I mean, there's a lot of personal stuff in the book. I mean, poor Dougie. For example, my birthday's in October. The election's in November. You see where I'm going. And Dougie kind of dropped the ball on my big birthday.
He didn't get you anything?
Oh, you have to read the book.
Can't wait to read that one. Well, Democrats are still deeply divided over which way they move.
Man, Piers is funny, bro. Like, come on, bro. Y'all know damn well Piers is not buying that book, bro. Piers is not reading that book. Like, listen to how he said it, though, bro. Like, just think about it, bro. Just put it in your mind that Piers has no intentions of buying this book, bro. Put it in your mind right now, chat, before I play this clip, that Piers has zero intentions of buying this book, and watch the clip.
Big birthday.
He didn't get you anything?
Oh, you have to read the book.
Can't wait to read that one. Or which way they should turn. do they move back to the centre with the measured liberalism espoused by luminaries such as James Carville? Or do they plough on with the radical populism embodied by the likes of AOC, Mamdani, and a new wave of digital savvy Democrats seeking to dethrone their failing forefathers? Well, let's ask them. To debate all this, I'm joined by legendary Democrat strategist James Carville, Democrat influencer Harry.
Oh yeah, OG man, listen OG, I'm gonna keep it real with you, OG. I already don't even, whoever they just showed that first, I already ain't even messing with him. I ain't gonna say I don't fuck with him, but I don't, man, he got the LSU shirt on. I'm Arkansas tried and true, man. I'm Arkansas boy, man, through and through, man. We Razorbacks over here. He got the LSU shit on, man. We're gonna see what he's talking about, though.
Racism. The new wave Democrat running for Congress in Illinois, Cadaboo, and the former Republican congressman and presidential challenger, Joe Walsh. Well, welcome to all of you. A very stellar panel to discuss the state of the Democrat Party. James Carville, in all your life, have you ever known the Democrats to be so unpopular? And if not, why? Why are they so unpopular?
Well, they're very unpopular because they're unpopular among Democrats because they lost an election. That is why people belong to a political party. However, I'm forced to point out that since the election and every special has been held, Democrats have won. So people are voting for us. I really don't care what the Gabbard party favorability is as long as we win elections. And by the way, Pierce, we're going to win elections in Virginia like big. When I say big, I mean like really big. We're going to win in New Jersey. And we're not going to have a party leader until we have a presidential nominee. It just doesn't, it can't happen any other way. And boy, do we have some talented people thinking about running for president. I think that future is just fine. Thank you.
And it's interesting because Kamala Harris was unable to name a single person, or didn't want to, that she thought was part of this extraordinarily exciting group of people that could lead the party. Are you prepared to name some names?
I could name 7 names off the top of my head, all right? But then y'all named 7, and there's 3 more I didn't name. I have never seen a political party at a point in my entire life in politics, which is like 50 years, that has more talent than the current Democratic Party has. And that is a pretty much acknowledged fact among people who cover national politics and pay attention to national politics closely. And I don't think...
Well, give me a name.
You know, I mean, Vice President Harris, Whitmer, Bashir, Shapiro, Moore, Warnock, Polis. I don't know if Harris is
I told you. See how Pierce said Harris? He just said we can't wait to read that book. Can't wait to see that one. And now he talking about Harris. So why the hell y'all think he gonna read her book if he said her name like that, bro? Pierce funny as hell.
Talent level that these people have. I'm talking about sheer, raw, naked political communication skill. I have never seen better than I see right now, waiting in the wings to run for president. And to not acknowledge that,
James, all due respect, James.
But
all due respect.
Go ahead.
When the
you
first name
respect, just do it.
When the first. That's why I like you.
Just do it. You don't need to respect.
When the first name you. I get it. Well, let me do it without respect then. The first name you gave me was Kamala Harris, right? I watched her on Colbert, and I witnessed 2 of the reasons, actually, why the Democrats are in such disarray, and also why late-night television is in such disarray in America.
I don't think
the second
Harris
part
was the first name I gave.
It was.
I thought Whitmer was the first name I gave.
No, you said Kamala first.
If she runs, it's fine. She's one of any number of people, and maybe she'll be better if she runs in 2028 than she was in 2024. But I would not consider her in terms of expert communicators in the top tier of current Democrats.
No, but that's the point. She's the first name you gave me, and she's a complete and utter dud.
I don't know if she was the first name I gave or what order I gave the name. I mean, how stupid is that?
She would not inspire me.
I gave you 7 names.
She would not inspire me.
I gave you 7 names.
Yeah, she wouldn't inspire me. She wouldn't inspire me to open a bag of chips. And she was a total disaster in the last election. That's why Trump won.
Look, Trump won because the Democratic Party, the country wanted change. They didn't want Biden to run. Biden didn't get out until July 21st, and Harris refused to say where she changed. You're exactly right. But I admit that 2024 was, I lay it right at the foot of the Democratic Party. But I don't know what that doesn't have anything to do with going forward, the fact that we have all of this talent, and all you want to do is talk about Harris, which doesn't make any sense.
Because she's the first.
Look at the staggering people we have out there. I don't know who the first name I mentioned was. I mentioned 7 names. It doesn't matter what order. I said I could mention 9, but this is a stupid argument over if it's the first or the 10th name I mentioned. It doesn't. I don't understand what you're talking about, Piers.
Well, I'm just saying that if the first name you give me is a complete dud, it makes me think that maybe there isn't a great plethora of brilliantly intelligent candidates who are going to ignite America.
I think there is. I think there is, and I think you're fighting the truth.
Okay, well, we'll see. Look, the proof, as always, will be in the pudding. Let me bring in Cadaboo here. Look, you're one of the new wave Democrats running the Congress in Illinois. What does that mean? I mean, how are you going to galvanize America away from what Trump does very successfully, which is messaging, and secondly, has a core of common sense? People may not like him, they may not like the rhetoric, but when he starts talking about he wants people to pay lower taxes, he wants fewer foreign wars, he wants a controlled southern border, he wants a better immigration system, you know, a lot of Americans, as we saw at the last election, nod. And when he says, you know what, and also we're going to have no more men in women's sport, most Americans go, yeah, that's common sense. So what are you going to do which will tackle that Trump, away from the rhetoric, has a core of common sense that runs through what he says that resonates with people? There's a lot going on.
Who got liquor in their cup? Who got liquor in the cup, Chad? Who y'all saying got liquor in the cup, man? Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. Let's get like 20 more likes in here right quick. Let's got like 20 quick likes, man. Double tapping the screen is how you support the channel for free. I know you watching on your phone. Double tap that screen. We 25 subs away from the next sub goal, man. We go live every single night talking politics, entertainment, and current events. You say
they're at least not being gaslit about their economic situations. And I was really interested to hear Mr. Carville's names that he mentioned, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who is packing stadiums in red states, by the way. Like, regardless of what you think about her, that should be something that Democrats would want to latch onto. That she didn't even pop up in those names is kind of ludicrous to me. I think part of the reason we're in this mess is because of Democrats like James Carville that have been pushing an old playbook that is outdated, that are sticking to these ideas that don't resonate with people. Trying to run things through 5 different pollsters before you put out a message doesn't resonate with people. Trying to move to the right when the center should be housing, groceries, and healthcare for everyone, and with money left over, that's what the center should be, and somehow we're saying we should move even further to the right of it, when our grandparents would think that's the center as well. And it's time for Democrats to recognize that the old playbook is thrown out the window. We need people in power that understand the right, that also understand messaging, and they're not ashamed of their views.
All right, Joe Walsh, look, there's obviously a lot of debate going on between Democrats. That's why
I'm trying to think about like what she said. So she said that AOC is the best candidate. She's packing out stadiums in red states. The center should be the goal, which is free healthcare and all of that for everyone. But they're trying to go far right. So is she trying to say that AOC is far left so that would balance it, or what? Because like AOC far left, like we ain't gonna sugarcoat this shit. But I'm just trying to get an understanding of what this girl is trying to say. I'm not understanding.
we got everyone here actually to talk about this. It is a fascinating moment in time for the Democrat Party. But I'm not hearing yet what the brave new world is that is actually going to be a successful election play in a general election. I've got no doubt that, as with all opposition scenarios, that the Democrats will win well in local, state governors and so on. Of course they will. Everybody does. But when it comes to a national election in 2028, I would be really concerned if I was a Democrat right now about, well, where is this talisman or taliswoman who is going to ignite this party? It won't be AOC. It cannot be somebody who has her views or who has that voice, frankly. It can't be her. It definitely can't be Kamala Harris. It can't be somebody ancient like Joe Biden who can't string a sentence together. I think it should be somebody like a Bill Clinton, somebody who's a centrist, really.
Like Bill Clinton, okay. Bill Clinton was kind of, you know what I'm saying, okay, Arkansas boy, you know what I'm saying, but I thought he was meaning like Bill Clinton running again. I'm like, what, Pierce? But he means somebody with like Bill Clinton's ideology, I guess.
With common sense views, liberal sensibilities, but in the right way, but he doesn't sound like a screaming socialist lunatic. Your thoughts?
Well, I agree with a lot of that, Pierce, but I also agree with Kat on a lot. Look, as someone who, former Tea Party guy, I became a Democrat 8 to 9 weeks ago because this is an unprecedented moment in American politics. My former party is a fascist party.
That boy said I became a Democrat like a month and a half ago. I just got that body about a week ago. That's crazy, bro.
Right, Pierce. They won. So how...
It's America, though. He has the right to change his political views at any given moment.
Democrats beat that. I think Democrats need authentic people. They need candidates who are authentic. I could give a damn what their communication skills are. Kat's right. I want a Democrat who can look in the camera, look at a bunch of people and say, this is who I am, this is what I believe. I don't give a damn if this...
Hunter who for president? Hunter who? Hunter Biden?
Off. And Pierce, I don't care whether that person comes from the progressive wing or where I am, the more moderate wing. Democrats need a populist, they need a fighter. Trump, is a pretend populist, but Democrats have been AWOL during this populist moment. They need a fighter, Pierce, wherever that comes from.
Well, they do, but Harry, listen, they also need, I think James Carville himself said last week, you've got to, as a party, you've got to park the trans stuff. You can't keep telling Americans it's fine for biological men to compete. Well, Kat, you can roll your eyes, because I know the Democrats love to think in their quaint little way that nobody cares. Trust me, they care. Right? When
I am the only woman on this panel.
Well, hang on.
I am the only person here involved with recreational sports, where I play with trans people, by the way. I'm the only woman on here that'll probably have a family in the next decade. I am the person that you are talking about that should be concerned about this, and I'm not, because this is a manufactured issue. It's a manufactured issue.
This is the problem.
This
is why you won't win elections.
How much...
No,
that's just not true.
That's why you won't win.
People under the bus.
When you deny science, and biology, you will not win an election. I can absolutely take that to the bank for you.
You are so obsessed with this and aren't listening to the women. You're saying that this is hurting women and girls. Can you name 5 WNBA players?
I'm saying if a young female Italian boxer so badly, the boxer quit after 40 seconds, and that by...
Dang, Chad, I was trying to name 5 NBA players, WNBA players. We got Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Breonna Stewart, Maya Moore, Brittany Griner, Taurasi. I can name 5 WNBA players.
Biological male wins
just
gold.
spreading misinformation at this point.
Problem.
There are plenty of athletes that have... Michael Phelps is basically his entire body is made to swim. Like, The fact that you're talking about common sense solutions, all this stuff, and then every single time you want to talk about things, you bring up trans people when they're just trying to live their lives is ridiculous. What we actually need to do.
It has nothing to do with them living their lives.
Material needs.
No, I'm not gonna lie. When she say they just trying to live their life, some of them are just trying to live their life, but it's like a whole group of them that's like trying to trick people. You know what I'm saying? Like they really are trying to trick people. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell you all the time, I'll be on other apps. You know what I'm saying? Like I be on Bigo. When you on Bigo, you over there talking shit. You know, kicking and hosting your panel. You see this going on. You see them pulling up like it's a whole content scheme that they got. They pull up. They try to get a straight man to become attracted to them and talk to them in a sexual way, and the whole time they're screen recording it. And while they're screen recording it, the very next day they gonna send it to all the T pages on the app and have you out there as, oh, you like transgenders. That's what some of them are doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, it's kind of hard to, to take up for some shit like that, man. Can't do it.
That is what's happening right now.
So
we
wrong.
need to be using
Let me respond.
Needs are wrong.
Let me respond. I have nothing but respect for trans people. Always have said that publicly, loudly and proudly. I want trans people to have the same rights to fairness, equality and safety that all of us enjoy. Right? I've always said this. However, at the moment, what's been happening in the last few years is the trans rights lobby has been aggressively eroding women's rights to fairness, equality and safety.
Who likes
and that's when I have a big problem. And if you want to run something in America, you want to be an elected official, if you're going to run on a ticket that nobody cares and it doesn't matter, I'm telling you, you will lose. And your party, if they have a leader that also believes this bullshit, is also going to lose. It is as simple as that. Let me go to James. In fact, let me go to Harry on this. Harry, where do you sit? I mean, are we at the stage where I can ask you what a woman is yet or not?
Well, I just think this conversation, I agree with, I just think it's so meaningless. Like, I think if the Republican candidate in Kat's district would run solely on trans issues, Kat would love it. She'd be so happy because she's going to talk about affordability and the issues that actually matter to people, not this like whole made up, culture war issue. And
Okay. Let me tell y'all this, chat. The other day I was on Bigo, right, and I actually seen a trans, I don't know how to say it the right way. It was a man trying to be a woman. It was a trans man trying to be a woman. A black trans man trying to be a woman. Arguing with a white woman. Now listen to this, chat. It is a black man trying to be a woman, trans, arguing with a white woman. The argument was the trans man told her that they are more of a black woman than the white woman will ever be. That was the argument. They were arguing over who was closer to being a black woman. That was how it started. He told her, I'm more of a black woman than you will ever be. Now, this is a man that's trying to be a woman telling a white woman this. And this was the argument. I was like, I can't make this shit up, bro.
And that it extends to the national scale. It absolutely is manufactured. Piers, this is so disingenuous. Piers, listen. In 2028, do you think that if J.D. Vance ran simply on trans issues and you had like a Gavin Newsom talking about affordability, do you think that people would actually vote for J.D. Vance in that election?
Nobody's going to run on just trans issues. But if you think that Donald Trump
exactly.
Well, hang on.
Wait,
let me respond.
We're trying to talk about affordability and common sense. You're talking about
Let me give you my considered. Let me give you my considered answer, Harry. Right? I think Trump won for 3 reasons. I think 1, the economy. I think 2, immigration. And I think 3, the culture war stuff that you guys love to play down, but also love to fuel. So when there's a Sydney Sweeney ad comes out, you all throw your toys out the stroller and make it a huge story. But actually, people care about this stuff.
I don't know a single Democrat.
Trans athletes in women's sport.
I don't
James
know a single
Carville is
Democrat.
right about this. I'll come to it in a moment. But you're so wrong, you guys. And if you think this is a winning proposition.
Pierce, I don't know a single Democrat on your Sydney Sweeney thing who actually is angry at the ad. You know me, we've talked before. I love Joe Biden. I'm as Democratic as
I've had them on my show.
I couldn't care. Well, then they're not representative of the Democratic Party.
Spitting blood.
Then Pierce, listen to me when I say this. They are not representative. They are not representative of the Democratic Party. You talk to your average Democrat on the street, you ask them about the Sydney Sweeney jean ad, they're on their way to work, they don't give a shit. They couldn't care less if she's wearing jeans in an ad.
You guys are so wrong. Harry.
Wait, I'm saying the opposite of what you're arguing right now. I'm saying I don't care about the ad. I don't care.
Harry, you're wrong. Let me tell you why I think you're wrong. Respectfully. Or not respectfully. You can play the James Carville thing of saying
no, I like the respect, Pierce.
That's fine.
I like the respect.
I think this. I think it's a number of things. If it's J.D. Vance in 2028, he'll run on economy and immigration, probably fewer foreign wars, all the things that made Trump popular. But he'll also run hard on the culture war stuff if you lot are still running on absolute nonsense.
Pierce, let's cite our friend James Carville. It'll come down to it's the economy, stupid. Donald Trump in 2020 tried to run on culture war issues. There were Republican senators in 2020 who tried to run on culture war issues in their states, and they lost because the economy was failing. The economy was failing the average hardworking American. So if J.D. Vance in 2028 wants to run on the economy and immigration, he'll lose because people are outraged by what inflation going up, people being kidnapped off the streets by masked agents. And if he wants to throw the culture war issues in there,
you're 3.5 years away from that election. I would wait and see. Yes. I'd wait and see how that plays out. James Carville, I'm going to Jay. Let me get hang on, Joe. I want to go to Jay. Yeah, Joe. Quickly.
No, I was just going to say quickly, I agree with Harry.
Why everybody mad at Pierce? It's like they come up there to get into it. Pierce know how to stir the pot, man. But do y'all think if J.D. Vance runs on what he's saying, do y'all think J.D. Vance will lose? Press 1's in the chat if y'all see J.D. Vance losing, if that's his strategy. Press 2 if y'all do not see J.D. Vance losing.
Harry and Kat on the issue, but Pierce, I agree with you on the politics. Look, I used to be a culture war fighter on the right. Republicans throw out this stuff, and Democrats never fight back. And it matters, and it did cost them. It all matters. The transgender issue matters. And the great irony is most Americans are where Democrats are, where you are, Pierce, on the issue. Transgender Americans should have full rights. Let them live their life in peace, and we embrace them all. When it comes to transgender women in sports, man, the competition's got to be fair, period. That's where most Americans are. Democrats need to fight that fight, because most Americans
where we have most of our data about transgender.
Yeah, and by the way, the idea Democrats do not.
And the military
the idea that
has
Democrats do
shown
not.
That there is not a physical benefit. Like this is.
It's complete
U.S.
nonsense,
military.
Kat.
This is just data from the U.S. military of soldiers who have transitioned.
It's nonsense. Of course men have... Okay, so let me take your argument to its logical extension. Why don't we make the Olympics gender neutral? One gender, anyone can enter any race. You up for that?
I think there should be plenty of gender neutral sports, frankly. I mean, I love doing that in kickball leagues.
She just fucking talking, bro. She just... I don't want to hear it no more. That woman is just fucking talking. Let's be real here. Hey, how about we make the Olympics just gender neutral? I think that'll be fine with a few sports. No, all of them. All of them. Every last one of them. Every single sport there is.
I'm pretty good at it. Sorry, you're just saying you just said there's no physical advantage for men. So let's have gender neutral Olympics where you can be male or female and it's all in one gender neutral sport, right? Would you do that for the whole Olympics? Yes or no?
Sure. I'm not in charge of the Olympics, but...
Right.
She's fucking lying. Listen to how she don't even believe herself, chat. Sure. I mean, the first sport she said was kickball. The first sport she said was kickball. What? Kickball.
You've just literally ensured that no women would win an Olympic gold medal again, with
Ever.
the possible exception of equestrian and I think one form of shooting. Other than that, no women ever win an Olympic medal ever again. Thank you, Kat Abu. Brilliant. What a brilliant election-winning campaign message. The Olympics are going to be gender neutral, says Kat Abu. I'm not voting for you in a million light years. James Carville. As you said last...
Oh my gosh, Kristen, I'm not voting for you in a million light years. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. That's probably, I done watched a lot of clips today with you guys, bro. That's probably the dumbest shit I've heard all day long.
You know what? If your district could hear you talking about gender neutral Olympics, they think you were insane. James Carville, last week you said... Oh look, let's go to old James as you ridiculed him, but actually one of the smartest guys in American modern politics the last 40 years. James, you said last week that Democrats have to let this trans stuff go. So listening to two young Democrats here, making it clear they don't think it's a problem, and by the way, we should have gender-neutral Olympics. What is your reaction?
Bro, look at her. She sit here thinking about it, bro. Like, look at her face, bro. Like, she knows he cooked it, bro. Like, what?
My reaction is that's up to athletic governing bodies. I'm just not into the 400-meter dash at the girls' track meet in Minnesota. Okay, that they set rules and whatever they are. And I think they ought to be men's sport, and I think they ought to be women's sports. I've come to really love women's basketball. I think it's even a fast-paced game, but I think we should keep men and women's basketball. But I really don't spend a lot of time worrying about this. It's not a very big issue in my life. And we got 10,000 sports governing agencies in the United States, and they can figure out the fairest way to compete. But I want to make a point. The people that are going to decide the direction of the Democratic Party are going to be people that vote in the primaries in 2028. And I think that they have a really good record when they're given a choice, which they were not given in 2024, of picking pretty strong candidates. So I am not at all that worried. And you're right, if AOC is very talented, she wants to run, she should run. I'm telling everybody, all of you should run. And then let's let the voters, not the commentators, not the consultants, not the columnists, Democratic voters are going to decide the direction their party's going to go in, and I'm very, very happy with that conclusion.
Let me tell you, I have more chance of becoming the next president of the United States than Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, and I'm not even American. That's how low her chances are.
That's a Democratic voter.
There are Republicans.
Listen, bro, that girl said kickball, bro. Like, I was in there, like, just thinking, bro, like, this girl said kickball, bro. Kickball. That was her argument.
There are Republicans watching this. Going, great. So the Democrats are going to go for a far left progressive loophole.
There are Republicans in Idaho that are going to a stadium to listen to AOC's hacking stadiums in red states.
Yeah, James.
Can I just clear something? I said everybody's going to run, and the Democrats go, now I'll tell you, if you think the party's so bad, I will give you 5 minutes in the Virginia governor's race and bet you $1,000 right now. I'll bet you $1,000.
I'll bet you 1,000.
And the Republicans are running on trans stuff. They're running on that. Let's take the bet. $1,000. I'm laying 5 points. You want it? Are you on?
I've got a better bet.
You're not on?
No. I've got a better bet.
No, I want to bet 1,000.
Hang on. Let me respond.
He from the South for real. He got the LSU shit on. He from the South for real. He want that bet, and he want it for a rack. He want $1,000 bet, straight up. I can fuck with that LSU.
1,000 Virginia governors plus 5.
I will bet you that if they go for a progressive left...
Is Virginia a swing state, Chad? Was Virginia a swing state?
To run the party, then you will get flatlined in 2028. and I'll bet you 10,000 you get flatlined if it's progressive left.
Listen to me. Democratic voters are going to decide that. The Democrats have never elected the most left-wing person running for president. So I'm not worried. But you're not going to bet me on Virginia. You're talking about the most unpopular, dead political party that exists in Western political history, and I'm giving you 5 points. And you're not going to sit here and say, okay, James, you're on for $1,000.
He want that rack. He want that rack. He talking that shit too. I'm giving you 5 points. You sitting here talking about we in shambles. What's up? Put that band up, man. On Virginia. Yeah.
No, because I think what happens in between general elections is I'm not taking that. But I will bet you $10,000 that a progressive left candidate can't win the election.
He really wanted to call Pierce pussy for not taking that bet. He really wanted to call Pierce pussy.
£1,000 and lunch at Scott's. Okay? Because I'll be over
actually, that's quite
tempting. Right now, I'm offering you the bet. I'm giving you 5 points.
All right, you know what? I'll take it. £1,000 at lunch at Scott's. Done. I'll take it, and I get 5 points. I'll take it.
And a Republican plus 5. Okay, we're on. We got a bet.
Okay. So Joe, let me bring Joe back in. I've been watching what's happening with Mamdani in New York, and it's very interesting to me because he's a pretty dyed-in-the-wool socialist with a track record of saying ridiculous things like defund the police and all the rest of it, and yet he's storming to apparent victory to be mayor of New York City. What does that say about where voters are right now?
Look, it says a lot about where voters are in New York City. I mean, again, Pierce, I'm a Democrat only 8 weeks. You could call me a conservative Democrat. My God, Mamdani won the nomination in New York City. Hell yes, the party needs to embrace him. Enthusiastically embrace him. Show this freaking country and the world that Democrats understand we're a big tent. You know, Mamdani may not be able to win in Tennessee or Kentucky. Joe Walsh couldn't win in New York City. This fear that...
Yeah, I think he regretted the offer, El Savi. You think he regretted it? You think he was talking a little too fast?
To embrace Mamdani is what's really going to piss their voters off. We should embrace him, just like we should embrace more moderate Democrats in other places as well.
But here's the problem with that, I think, is that the trouble with Mamdani is he's a good communicator. He looks the part, he sounds the part. I can see a lot of things going for him. But when you actually get into his public statements on the record, some of the stuff he said about the police, that alone to me makes him disqualified as a serious candidate. I mean,
Pierce, not disqualified.
I'll tell you what. I was in New York
City.
I was in New York. Well, I was in New York last week. I was in New York last week when the mass shooting happened, and the NYPD reacted with incredible speed and incredible courage to stop that being a hell of a lot worse. And there you've got the guys who are going to be the mayor of the city, who's been saying terrible things about the NYPD, about defunding the police, about they're racist, they're homophobic, they're this, they're that, and the other. Imagine if you're in the NYPD right now, and this guy's going to be your mayor.
Pierce, he didn't say any of that last week. He said things in the past, and let's hope, and I believe he's learned from them, because he's going to represent the whole city, including the police officers. He's 33 years old. He struck a chord. I have confidence that he's going to learn on some of these issues as well.
33? Okay.
Okay, well, we'll say, Cannaboo, is Sydney Sweeney a Nazi?
Sorry. My last name is Abu Ghazaleh, by the way. I don't know. This has been a lot of discourse.
Have I been saying your surname wrong? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Abu Ghazaleh.
I do apologise. I've got it written down wrong here. My apologies.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of discourse on this. I am really more focused on the campaign trail right now, but it seems like a lot of people.
Yeah, but do you think she's a Nazi for doing an advert for American Idol in which she says that they say she's got great genes?
I don't think it's a great look. I don't really know much about her political opinions, especially the statement.
Well, apparently she's a registered Republican.
Huh?
Apparently she's a registered Republican. It emerged this week. Yeah, she's
I wasn't that
Republican
surprised. I had heard things about that, but frankly, I just this is another one of those like culture war issues that I think that American Eagle, that statement that they put out was really weird, especially the 1488 coincidence. But I'm a lot more concerned with things that are affecting people right now, and that's housing, groceries, and healthcare being completely.
Sorry, what was the coincidence you're talking about? Sorry.
There was one part of it that apparently had like 14 words and 88 characters, which may have been a coincidence, maybe not, but it's not a super great look for American Eagle.
Well, what are you getting at? What are you suggesting?
1488 is a notorious neo-Nazi dog whistle, but once again, could be a coincidence.
So they're all Nazis!
I literally did not say that. You asked me a question, and I said I don't really care about this that much. I am more focused
here's
on
my problem again, Kat. Here's my problem again. Until you stop calling
Pierce so boxed everybody up. Pierce messy, bro. Oh, you said she's a Nazi. She said something about a dog whistle, man. Pierce boxed everybody up, man. Pierce funny as hell.
You don't agree with Nazis? There is no way you're going to win elections.
I literally did not do that. You were just putting words in my mouth.
You did. You literally did that. In fact, Joe Walsh was shaking his head because he knew what you were about to say. Unless I'm mistaken,
I had pointed out a coincidence that other people were talking about.
With promoting a ridiculous conspiracy theory that American Eagle and Sydney Sweeney are Nazis. It's ridiculous. It makes you sound completely ridiculous.
I didn't say that. I just said that like it's a coincidence, and I think it's not a great look. But once again, I don't really care. We have petitioning starting tomorrow.
Well, you care enough to say it's not a great look, and they were.
Yeah, because you asked me if Sydney Sweeney is a Nazi like 5 times in a row, and once again, I don't know.
Because I imagined, like any sensible human being, your response would be, of course she's not. Harry Sisson, is Sydney Sweeney a Nazi?
No. No, she's not. She did it.
I'm not tapped into this topic.
Harry, do you have any problem about people talking about their great genes?
No, I don't care. Like if I just don't care. Like I don't think Sydney Sweeney's a Nazi. I respectfully disagree with Kat on the 1488 thing. You know, I'm not one for things like that. I just think this whole thing is stupid. I just don't care.
It's so stupid. And once again,
that's what I love. What I love is I didn't.
It's on
what I love
purpose.
is I didn't know anything about the 1488 thing until she said that, and she said it because she wants people watching this to think maybe they're all a bunch of Nazis. And that's the problem for the Democrat Party, is you see everything through the prism of if you don't agree with somebody, they must be Nazis or white supremacists.
Piers, I don't think you're a white supremacist or a Nazi. You and I disagree. Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying that as like, I don't think that anybody up here that's a Democrat thinks that everybody we disagree with is a Nazi. You and I disagree on plenty of issues, and we have respectful conversations, and they're always very insightful, and that's the case for many people I disagree with. I think you have to stop buying into these small, loud minority groups in the the Democratic Party who happen to be the loudest, and they say, oh, this person's a Nazi, this person's a Nazi. Your average Democrat is not thinking that your average Republican's a Nazi. We can respectfully disagree.
Yeah, you know, Pierce, by the way, Pierce, just to back up what Harry said, and I used to do some of this, the right is great at this. Pierce, you're right that Democrats often step in the culture war stuff, and they don't defend it, and they don't fight. But this Sydney Sweeney thing, really, there might have been a few folks on the left who got bent out of shape about it, but this was not a defund the police moment. This was the right jumped all over this, and they were actually the ones really kind of pushing that the left's making a big deal out of a gorgeous young woman in a pair of jeans.
To distract from the Epstein files, might I add.
Well, maybe. If it did.
Double tap to screenshot a live out, man. Let's get like 20 more likes in here right quick. We go live every single night over talking politics, entertainment, and current events, man. We 25 subs away from the next sub goal. He said that this American Eagle ad was to distract from the Epstein files. Is that what he said?
And he was successful. James Carville, how are Democrats actually going to win the next election? Give me a blueprint for success.
Well, of course we got. First of all, we remember the Bud Light controversy. Boy, that cost everybody a lot of votes.
Yes.
The Democrats are going to win the next election very simply. At this point, this is the most unpopular administration we've had in maybe American history since polling. We have not lost a special since the election. You're going to lose 1,000 pounds, and you're going to lose a 200-pound lunch at Scott's. That's almost guaranteed. And as opposed to force-feeding Democrats a political nominee, Democrats are going to actually pick their own, and we're going to have a really good 2028. We're going to win the House back in 2026. There is a reasonable chance, and when I say reasonable, I mean something over 35%, that we win the Senate. So I am not at all in any kind of a doom and gloom scenario, and I think that the party is healthy. I think there are a lot of different factions. I think they're all going to present a candidate. Maybe some will have multiple candidates, and I think Democratic voters are going to choose wisely in 2028. That's what I really believe.
Okay, Joe?
Look, I think, Pierce, a lot of this is Trump. Look, in 2026, certainly the issues are going to be the cruelty of grabbing brown and black immigrants in Home Depot parking lots. That's not what America voted for. That cruelty is going to hurt Trump. And we haven't even touched upon the economy. I mean, Trump's wackadoodle tariff bullshit it's beginning to impact people's lives. So there's a great opening here, Pierce, for Democrats. Pierce, you're right. Democrats need to confidently jump into it and go after it.
Yeah, I think there are lots of ways the Democrats could be smart about the way they go after Trump. You know, for example, on immigration, if I was a Democrat running for office, I'd be saying, look, I think the president's done a great job on the southern border. Let's just give him credit. I actually think also that most Americans are very comfortable with deporting undocumented people in America who commit crimes. Okay?
They ain't trying to hear that shit.
What they're not comfortable about, and the polling supports this, is grabbing people in Home Depot who've lived here 10 years, who've got children here, who have jobs, who pay taxes, who contribute to the economy. So there are some quite straightforward battle lines you can do here. Right? But, I also think that I wouldn't underestimate Trump in terms of the next 3.5 years. The tariff war, it could work. I had a very smart economist in the Financial Times on saying, the jury's out. It could work. The stock market is higher now than it was before the so-called Liberation Day. So no one's quite sure how this all plays out. And on the foreign stage, I find it quite refreshing that we have an American...
Blood bomb, nah, this ain't old. This came out, I believe yesterday. This is yesterday's episode.
...who is against war and wants to bring peace everywhere. I hope he's successful. It's refreshing to hear it. So again, if I was a Democrat, I'd say, I agree with President Trump. We want to bring an end to the war in Gaza, an end to the war in Ukraine, and an end to American troops fighting in foreign wars. I think that would be a very winning thing to do, whilst also picking your fights and criticising him in all the different ways that are so easy to do. Kat, let me give you one last chance to not sound like a lunatic. How do you think the Democrats can win in 2028?
Action, not just words. I think we need to be meeting people's material needs. That's something I do with my campaign. We use our campaign resources to reach voters and help them right now. The amount of money that is going in to make a liberal Joe Rogan in a lab that could fund so many clinics, it could stock so many food banks. We need to be using our resources to fill the gaps that Trump is creating right now, not only because people need it, but to show that it's not... People lost faith in politics, and understandably. It feels like there are so many promises, none of them are kept, and there is so much that we can do in this moment, currently, like right now. I can't overstate that enough, that we're just not. And paying for consultants that haven't won elections in decades, putting all of our money into ads that are not being used in the most effective way, we could be doing that to feed people and clothe people and make sure that they have homes.
You know the most effective political ad of modern times, according to the New York Times, in terms of the impact it had on voters, was the Kamala Harris is for they, them, Donald Trump is for you. So this issue that you don't think anybody cares about, the New York Times, the liberal Bible, determined it was unbelievably
The New York Times,
effective.
the liberal Bible.
And I would also say in relation to Joe Rogan, rather than trying to find a liberal Joe Rogan, why don't you just do a bit of history and realised he was a liberal. This guy was a Bernie Sanders fan. The party alienated Joe Rogan and pushed him towards Trump because the woke left was so insane. They did the same with Bill Maher, nearly. He didn't go as far as Joe Rogan, but he certainly became very critical of the Democrats. And the same with me, right? So you've got people who were naturally liberals who just have nothing in common with the woke left ideology because it's so insane. Yeah, that's why I keep saying, come back to the middle, sound normal again, play out common sense for the American
My
people.
middle, though, is that everyone has rights.
Well, hang on.
Everyone can afford housing, groceries, and healthcare with money left over.
I know it all sounds great. Give them all free housing, groceries, and so on. I know, you've got to pay for it. Unfortunately, that's called socialism, which never works. But you could get Joe Rogan back if you're smart. Harry, last word to you. How are the Democrats going to win in 2028?
I think it comes down to two things: authenticity and affordability. I really appreciate taking lessons from our enemies. Donald Trump in 2024, his campaign was affordability. He was talking about inflation. He was talking about grocery prices. He was talking about things like that. So we, in 2028, have to be laser focused on that. I don't think we should dive so much into Trump the man. I think we should talk about the repercussions of his policy. I think Joe and James were articulating the tariffs and how they're having an impact on people. Really dive into that stuff. Hit him from that front. Don't just say Donald Trump sucks because, we as Democrats agree. And then authenticity. Have someone who actually cares, actually believes in what they're saying, and has been fighting back against what they perceive to be Republican attacks in whatever office they happen to hold at that time.
Yeah, and actually maybe reserve calling people Nazis for when they're actual Nazis. That would be my little friend as well.
I'll hold off on that one.
Thank you all to my panel. It's actually a really interesting debate for the life and soul and heart of the Democrats. I think America needs a good opposition, needs a strong Democratic Party. I don't like seeing the Democrats in such total disarray. But sometimes you've got to shake it all up, to shake it all out and find out who the next hero is going to be. It's going to be a fascinating thing to watch.
That shit crazy.
House is entirely responsible for whether the hostages live or die.
My government is committing war crimes in Gaza, and the arguments that were presented by Brooke belong in the garbage bin of history.
Each time Brooke says Hamas take a shot of alcohol, you'll be dead of alcohol poisoning in 2 minutes, right? But the reality is, folks, Brooke is one of those people who would put a microphone in front of these starving Palestinian kids and say, do you condemn Hamas?
To put them in that situation, to put them in that deliberate danger, is a war crime. Targeting of civilians with lethal munitions for the purpose of moving or controlling their movement is a...
Oh shit, chat. I got the phone lines open if anybody want to call in. The phone lines are open. I forgot to tell y'all that. Double tap the screen, shut the live out. Damn. I don't know what happened, man. Thought my damn tag was gonna play.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
That was what did they call it? A fail. But yeah, double tap the screen, shut the live out, man. We 25 subs away from the next sub goal. We do need about 20 more likes on the live stream. I guess this is Pierce. They're talking about guys. I guess we'll see what they're talking about right here.
The war crime.
Why, if you claim...
Call from
Dorsey.
What's going on, Dorsey?
All right, man. You know I had to be the first person to call in, man.
Oh, man. How you
You
feeling
had
about
so much
tonight?
stuff on there, man. I was chewing my fingernails because I wanted to talk so bad about it.
Yeah,
All right, the first one. Lil Freak. Hey, man, let Lil Freak make her money, man.
Say
She's dumb as a doornail, man. She don't even know how to spell her name backwards. We'll let that girl make that money.
Say it's capitalism.
Yeah, I mean, understand this, man. Look, man, that girl is selling herself. It's the ultimate salesperson. Because she ain't selling nothing but bullshit, right?
Oh, I'm in Texas, Bomb. I'm in Texas. Go ahead.
Yeah, so, what's her name? Lil Tater or whatever her damn name?
Yeah, Lil Tay.
Lil Tay showing them tater tots, nigga.
Hell
That's how she getting that money.
Nah, man. She said, yeah, but it's fucked up because she's sitting here playing on how young she is. Youngest ever OnlyFans. Talking about people been waiting since she was 11 years old for this.
You know she out there for them simps and them tricks, nigga.
Yeah, man. Nah, I can't condone that, man. Them niggas out of there.
You know, that nigga sitting at the computer in his drawers with the baby lotion or with his Diddy oil and shit. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for that little girl to that grown woman to get on there, man.
Man, hell, no, you said it right. You said it right first, man, that little girl.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm keeping it 100, man. 100 years ago, you could marry a girl at 13 years of age and call her your wife and make her make you buttermilk and shit.
Nah.
I lied.
Yeah, that 100 years ago, they was fucking tripping, man.
Right.
I can't fuck with
Ain't the damn thing changed?
Nah, man.
Hey, man, ain't a damn thing changed, man. You know, niggas is under the delusion. I ain't say illusion, the delusion. Man, these pervs been out here ever since the beginning of time, man.
They have.
Keep it real. It's a power trip to them. Sexual, it's the power trip that to be able to take advantage of someone that's helpless, nigga. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
You know, it's like them niggas who S&M niggas want to tie motherfuckers up, beat motherfuckers with a whoa. You know, it's the power trip on it, man. And for those type of people, you know, you can say they sick around a long time, right? Caligula was a Roman emperor, man. He was as freaky as there was. But there was a whole bunch of emperors that was freak. He just happened to be a super freak. So that little girl, man, look, man, they had her out there, man, you know damn well that girl was drinking Hennessy at about 13, nigga.
Man, yeah, but that don't mean it's right, though. Like, come on, man. They pushed it towards the internet.
Check this out. A parent has the right to raise their child any way they want, long as it's not abusive by legal standards. Now, by
but she was calling, you don't remember that she was on the damn video calling CPS on her own damn parents?
And Dad's still out there kicking it, ain't he?
Yeah, but you saying that shit is alright, but she was calling CPS on her, so obviously something was going on.
I said legally it was alright. I just said morally it was alright.
Right.
Difference, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So on a technicality of the legal, hey man, Lil Tay, she doing her thing, man. She gonna burn that money. She probably gonna play that 18-year-old shit till about what? She 38?
About 45, 50.
Right? She gonna have that cigarette cough. She gonna have. Hey, but
good night, KRAR. We'll see you next time, KRAR.
Still gonna be 98 pounds soaking wet. Some pervs like them, right?
Yeah, man. How you feel about the other topics, though?
Oh yeah, well that was the first one, cause I thought that was like that's what got me to tripping. Then the second, and you know how I went hard on Lil Tulsi. What's her name? Tulsi. Oh man, like I said, man, that bitch is super villain, man. That bitch got the white streak in her head. And y'all niggas don't notice that?
They say Tulsi was a Democrat, man. They say Tulsi was a Democrat.
Man, that bitch was, nigga, was. Old Republican, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Flip-flopper.
Yeah, they say she's a combat veteran, and you know she I think she still hold a title in the military.
And check this out, she was in the Army, right?
I believe so.
Okay, so Benedict Arnold was a motherfucking general in the Army, right? McMaster, not McMaster, but the other dude who was with Trump, who was only Secretary of State or whatever he was, for like 3 weeks, and then they had to get him out of there because he didn't declare that he was hanging out with Russians and shit. You see where I'm coming from? See, to hang out with somebody can cost you some political, people can make you seem suspect. Okay, say you a gangster, right?
Right. Hey, everybody double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. We 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal, man. Let's run the subs up right quick. Let's get 20 more likes on. Go ahead. Yeah. You said Benedict Arnold, you trying to say
You a
because...
gangster and you just going to the deli, right?
Right.
To get something to eat. Detective Dan or whoever it is, he decided he wanted to get a sandwich. Y'all just happen to meet in the same place and y'all have an acquaintance. That don't mean you a snitch. But that puts you in a place with somebody you don't need to be seen with. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Okay. That's
guilty by association.
A preacher ain't supposed to go into no room alone with no hoe. He's supposed to have a witness. A female witness at that. You see where I'm coming from? So it's the optics. You understand what I'm saying? The optics. What does it look like? When Trump took the ambassador from Russia into the White House and went into the room and locked the door and told the translator, give up all the notes, nigga. You can't hear shit. You can't record nothing. It's the optics. Okay. I don't really care what people do, but I do care about America because I live in America.
Right.
And what I'm saying is, we got too much. Understand is, okay, let me put it to you this way. Say, for instance, you had an old lady, right? You met her, right?
Right.
Every day, you finding out some negative shit about her, right?
Right.
How long you gonna stick with her?
What you say?
Huh?
I couldn't hear what you were saying. I was reading the comments. You say?
I said, you was with a chick and every day you been with her, you finding out some new shit, right?
Right.
New shit, right?
Uh-huh.
So stick with her.
I mean, nah, probably, I ain't got too much tolerance, man. I ain't finna hang around for too many surprises.
Right, okay. So would you trust Donald Trump to babysit your kids? Right now, nigga, give me the answer.
I'm not trusting no man to babysit my kids if it ain't my fault.
All right then.
I wouldn't let you watch my damn kids, Dorsey. What the hell are you talking about? I wouldn't let nobody watch my damn kids. Nobody.
Exactly, nigga. This is what I try to tell dudes. Man, if you can't trust a nigga with your kids, why are you trusting a nigga with your life?
Okay.
When you jump in the car with a nigga, and you don't know what he's going to take you into, your life in your own hands. Nigga, I'll follow you in my car. No, I don't jump in the car with nobody. You see where I'm coming from?
Right.
That's just me. I'm an old ass nigga, right? And I plan to live a little longer due to my paranoia. I'm telling y'all, man. These people, okay, first of all, she's CIA, right?
Okay.
Tulsi, right?
Okay.
The same CIA that brought cocaine, crack, and guns, AIDS, and shit into the black community? Same CIA. Same motherfucking shit work club. Second of all, look at her interview. The bitch can't look nobody in the straight face. She kept looking down at the floor, at her nails, sideways. She had old girl in her little trance, like, oh yeah, she believed in the lie. She started laughing with the hoe. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bitch, you believe in this lie. See, that old hag that was interviewing her, trying to do her final days, like I got the big interview, right? In front of a bad bitch. This bitch is, it was flick of her fingers. She can
That's that she don't belong to the CIA, man. Let's look it up. They say she do not belong to the CIA.
National Security is in charge of all that shit. Them the big boys. The shit, them the niggas who get to see the aliens. Them the ones who go on Area 51, and they get to go see all the good shit. National Security. Her saying I exposed Obama and them with the Russia shit. They came up with the fake story. Woo. They bought the little testimony.
She over the DNI. Yeah, she over the DNI. The CIA is outside of that. They saying she been critical of the CIA. She's taking confrontational stance towards the CIA.
Right.
So I guess yeah, go ahead.
You see where I'm coming from? So when she's sitting up here giving these optics, talking about, and then you got to remember, she claimed she was military intelligence on the colonel level, right?
Okay.
Okay, so that's still CIA. You can say, well, the information is information. If I find something about something, whether it's I found Atlantis or there's aliens or I found David Carradine in the bed hung up and choked himself, right?
Okay.
To know that situation. I need to know that. That's what the CIA and all these informational groups do now. To get that data, right?
Yeah, CIA can get their hands on whatever data they want, all the way down to local law enforcement.
Exactly, but one thing the CIA is not supposed to do is that.
Shit, I don't know.
They're not supposed to operate inside the United States.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. I figured shit after 9/11, all of this shit went out the window.
Pretty much did, bro. It pretty much did. So now, 25 years later, look at we in the future, baby. We don't use rabbit ears no more. We stream. We don't even listen. Poor motherfuckers don't even look at TV on the rabbit ears. They look at their phone.
Right.
Am I right or wrong?
Nah, right. Nah, you right. Somebody asked for the number. The number is I think the number is pink. The number is pink, y'all. All right. Go ahead, Doris.
I'm me being a 63-year-old man, right? I'm proud to be old, because that means that's 63 years of surviving. See what I'm saying? I didn't put no poison in my body. I didn't try the steroids. I didn't did none of that. I didn't get into no crazy-ass activities. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go around dipping in everything without being protected.
Right.
Coming from. So I'm paranoid about STDs. That's why I wear rubber. It's out here. It's out here. It's out here. If you speak with a woman, man, she probably done slept with about 24 niggas before she even met you. Am I right or wrong?
No, I mean, you're right, especially depending on how old you are.
Exactly. So my whole thing
I'm trying to figure out what this got to do with Tulsi Gabbard, though.
But like I said, bro, look, the woman is a Matahari. Y'all niggas is looking at her like, ooh, she bad.
That was Corey Word.
Hey, that's the niggas that lie about all the secrets, right?
Right.
Nigga getting rocket code numbers and all everything trying to impress his hoe.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, that's the KGB favorite trick.
I mean,
and a hoe under there sniffing under you.
So you really think? I don't think Tulsi Gabbard an agent, man. You really think she an agent? I don't think she is.
Hey, check this out. Did you ever see Josie the Pussycat?
Nah, hell nah.
Alright, it was this slick bitch named Veronica, right? She had the white streak in her head, kept up shit all the time. Plane crash, all kind of stupid shit. It was just a sinister ass bitch.
Right.
I mean, I'm just keeping it real, man. See, first of all, have you ever known a woman to keep a secret?
Here and there.
Have you ever known a woman to tell a lie?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so secret and lies can be switched, right?
Yeah.
And I can tell you a lie and swear to God that was the biggest secret in town, right?
Okay.
So that's the thing about her. Look, man, she is a trained liar. You think she gonna tell you everything, the truth? on national TV? Fuck.
I seen you was talking about her body language, her eyes and stuff like that. I seen
you gotta look at all that, man. Look at her averting her eyes. She's trying to push the story. When she leans forward, right? See the body language. When they lean forward, right?
Right.
She pushing the story.
Listen, Steve, you can quit complaining. Hell, I'm gonna finish the combo when I get ready to finish the damn combo, Steve. How about
hey,
that?
Man, I get off because you know the haters don't like it when the old people take up the time. You know how that works.
Damn.
Y'all got more pussy than all y'all niggas combined. Nigga, there's only 35 of you niggas in this motherfucker. I done had more pussy than all you niggas combined. I am the big dog in this bitch.
Yeah.
Now, what you say, dog?
I said we got about 80 people in here, but I don't know how many men in here. But yeah, I don't know.
Hey, this is just Dorsey, man. You know, I ain't tripping, man. You know, I just keep it real. Look, man, I was in the Marine Corps, man.
All right, listen, hold on, Dorsey. Dorsey, hold on, Dorsey. Eric Clean said the show sucks. Don't worry about it, Eric. You ain't got to come back to this motherfucker, at least not on that account. Y'all tell Eric Clean good night, man. Tell Eric Clean good night, man. Y'all tell Eric Clean good night. We'll
with your bitch ass.
see Eric on a different account. All right, man.
Man, go look at the cooking channel, nigga. Go learn how to make some eggs.
All right, Dorsey, we finna have a good night, man. I'm finna get back into some clips.
I'm finna land the plane. So, first of all, let the little young girl go and make $1 million. Second of all, Tulsi Gabbard, go and let that bitch lie because she paid to lie. What was the other one? Oh, yeah, the transsexuals and shit. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would pay some good ass money to see a drag queen beat up some fat girls. Yeah, I think I would pay good money for that kind of shit.
Hell yeah. All right, now, Dorsey, let me get this other call. Somebody trying to call in.
Yeah, man, that's what the WNBA is. A bunch of skinny girls, fat girls, who had sex change. I'll talk to you later.
All right, now, Dorsey. Who the hell is this calling in? Oh, y'all done left a voicemail. Let me see if y'all talking shit. Oh, it said transcription not available. I'm finna call your ass back. What's going on, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, it's Zach. I'm calling from Shreveport.
What's up, Zach from Shreveport? You calling me on another line too right now.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, my phone's acting a little funky.
Alright, Zach, how you feeling about tonight? And tonight's topics,
Bro,
man?
I gotta be honest, man. I only clocked in at the last portion of the Oregon panel.
Okay.
I only heard that little bit.
Well, yeah, we talking about Texas Democrats. They still let on the loose. We talking about pretty much just everything, man. We talking about Lil Tay. She started her OF the day she turned 18. They say she made $1 million in 3 hours. We talking about we just watched Piers Morgan and Candace Owens go back and forth about the British president being a woman. We got quite a few topics. Maxwell cleared Trump's name, said that she never seen him do anything crazy, you know, so you can pick up anywhere.
Man, I don't really have much to say about Lil Tay. That last call was kind of gross, I'm not going to lie. He was talking crazy.
It was,
but hey,
a little wild.
Good for her, you know, I guess. The Maxwell shit, man, I think we could have all seen that coming. She wasn't going to say anything about her old friend Trump. I mean, I think called it for the most part. So really no surprise on that end. Man, Democrats being on the run, Texas Republicans, you know, or Republicans sending out a warrant for their arrest is sign of the times, I guess.
Yeah, they
Pretty fucking
said
ridiculous.
the Democrats are saying it's all a ploy just to get, MAGA riled up, saying that the Texas Republicans really don't have a legal leg to stand on as far as arresting them. They say what they're doing is quorum. Quorum is the right that was is their governmental right to do when they have discrepancies on certain issues. They say this isn't the first, second, or third quorum, and basically the courts are saying that this is a political matter. It's not they don't have a leg to stand on as far as arresting them or making them come back to the Capitol.
Right. And I'm prone to believe that. I don't really know much about the legal standing on if it's legal or not legal. I'm prone to believe that they're fully within their legal right. They postpone legislation on that.
And they're saying that the right is kind of, using it as a ploy to say that they're not trying to help the families of the flood victims and the 133 victims. And what the Democrats are saying is Abbott has executive power there. Like, he could just use executive power to do that instead of trying to, put it on the Democrats for, fleeing Texas. They're saying you could just use executive power to actually help those people if you wanted to.
He wanted to. That's the big question. Why doesn't he use his executive power? That's y'all's governor, though. Not that our governor is any better in Louisiana, but
right.
Pretty fucking ridiculous, man. All political theater. I kind of wanted to talk about, if I could, towards the end of the panel, I think I remember them saying, Pierce was asking the panel what Democrats could do to secure a win. And we could talk all night about Mom Donnie.
Okay.
How it's kind of unprecedented, and he's probably going to be, he's probably going to win, and it sounds ridiculous. A lot of people are calling him a communist. He's definitely not a communist. That's not what it is. But,
what is
part of the political theater. If I remember correctly, he claims to be a democratic socialist, which really isn't even a socialist.
Okay. So how do you feel about him, being really strong on defunding the police?
Well, I don't know if he's gonna, fully do that.
I mean, even if he doesn't, just knowing that that's his stance, they said that they'll expect thousands of officers to quit if he's elected. They're expecting a mass exodus from the police force.
I seriously doubt that will happen, man.
I'm just saying what they're reporting. I'm not from New York.
No, I understand. I understand. I don't think it'll happen. And I also don't think that he's going to defund the police. And this kind of is sidestepping your question, but me, which it is not, it would be important to educate police officers in some form of social work, type of education, train them very well, because there shouldn't be.
They're saying crime's down under Eric Adams. They're saying Eric Adams got the crime down. He's really pro-police. They're saying it's just, they're not prosecuting these people. They're putting them back on the streets. But they're saying the new guy that they're expecting to come in, I don't know, I don't want to butcher his name. How do you say it? Mamdani?
Right. M-A-M-D-A-N-I.
Right. Mungani.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, they're saying that he's gonna come in, and it's just gonna be a different atmosphere. Whether he defunds them or not, they're just feeling like they're not gonna have the mayor behind them, and they're not feeling.
Maybe it needs to be, man. maybe it needs to be. Maybe it needs a change of pace. Yeah, I don't know the police brutality rates in New York. And, you know, if you have a mayor that's prone to protect the civilians in that, you know,
Adams got crime down almost. Say Adams got crime down almost 5% from the last mayor.
And that's great. That's awesome. Whatever it takes, that's great. You know, like the projection is like if Mamdani, you know, wins and he takes like a semi anti-police stance, which I don't think he will. But, you know, in whatever form or fashion that takes, you know, we should hope that whatever efforts he does put into the police force brings the crime down. I mean, I don't think any mayor of a large city would gut their, what's the word, civilian protection or crime reduction infrastructure. And he's obviously an intelligent dude. I just don't see that being the case, to be honest with you. The big thing is, final thing on Mamdani is, I just wanted to note that all the headlines they're running with, Democrat and Republican, running the headlines with like, oh, he's a communist to be the next New York mayor, probably. Just a bunch of red scare tactics, man. Not true at all. He's got a real vision that I think could apply to the Democratic Party at large. That was my next point, if I could. I'm not trying to take all your time, bro. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think the Democratic Party can start winning if they fall back on actual populist ideals, the types of ideals that Trump and his administration have claimed to want and pursue for America at large. Donald Trump is a billionaire, supposedly, born with a silver spoon in his mouth, never worked a fucking day in his life, doesn't know what it's like to fucking wake up at 5 a.m., drive an hour to your fucking blue-collar job, turn a wrench. That man has never done any of that shit. Doesn't know what it's like to earn an honest dollar, bailing out his billionaire buddies. That's just facts. So all that to say, you know, he definitely doesn't have the. Excuse me, bro. I'm walking. He doesn't have the working class American, their best interest at heart. I don't think he ever could, to be honest with you again. So the Democratic Party quit fucking around, quit performing, you know, the word, quit playing into cultural identity, politics, and the political theater, and actually proved that they would work on behalf of the average American. You know, the average American wasn't given $5 million to start a fucking business, or what was it? Trump fucking giving like hundreds of millions of dollars to start his business or some shit like that.
I wouldn't know. I mean, in the book, I don't think he was given that much, allegedly, not in this book, but you know, there's been some crazy reports.
There's some crazy reports, and anyway, I mean, shit, I wish my dad would have given me $100 fucking million, or I'll take $1 million. You know, no shade to parents helping the kids out. That's not my point. But my point is, I think the Democratic Party can definitely win it back if they start actually fighting on behalf of the American people.
Okay.
And stop with the performative politics. That's my point, bro.
All right, man, Carlo. I got somebody trying to get through, man. I'm going to get them a call back, man. I appreciate you for calling in, man. I hope you subscribe to the channel.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right.
Take care, man. Love from Louisiana.
All right, man. You as well. Let's get this caller back.
Hello?
What's going on, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name's Tim. I live in Idaho, but I'm from Portland, Oregon.
Okay, what's up, Tim, out of Idaho from Portland? How you doing tonight? How you feeling about tonight's topics?
Yeah, I was just listening to previous caller about Mamdani.
Right.
And I don't think that guy knows anything about this guy's history, about anything that he's tweeted in the past. I don't think this guy's researched anything. Let's listen to this guy, and he's just giving his opinion without any facts and without any research that's been given. So it's kind of ludicrous, all the stuff that he's spewing without any factual basis on what he's saying. So obviously this guy has about his example, like being anti-police. He's been talking about that 15 years or so, 20 years. I mean, if that's your rhetoric, to believe if he's going to come to office that he's going to push that. You know, it's kind of like if Bernie Sanders, who, you know, he talks about his love for Russia. Well, what did he do? When he got married, he honeymooned over in Russia. No, the guy's kind of a communist, but he's you know, so you have to kind of believe what these guys claim that they're going to do.
Hold on one second, caller. Let me address CN. CN came in my chat. He wants some attention right now. Listen, CN, you come in here. I sent you your $50 back. You know what I'm saying? You saying I don't care. I go live every single day. I open up my platform to callers. I take emails. I have fun over here, and you come in here talking crazy to me, man. Talking crazy to me, man. It's like, I don't know, CN. What's going on, bro? Go ahead, caller.
What's your take on Mamdani?
I'm going to say it like this. So when Trump started talking about police immunity, I was totally against police immunity. But when I hear the defund the police rhetoric, it's like, yeah, I'm totally against that too. We do have to have some sort of law and order. I don't believe people realize what comes after defund the police, like military. So there's going to have to be something that holds law and order. So you keep asking for it. Eventually you're going to get what you wish for. And the next step, if police are removed from it, they're not going to let people police themselves. It's going to be military. It's going to be a martial law type situation. So that's my take on it.
Well, right. I mean, we've already seen this in progress. You know, look what's happened in Portland and Seattle, right? You know, when they really tied their hands on the police in those areas, in those cities, and you know, if you think that people are just going to police themselves, you know, that's just absolutely ridiculous. And so my question is actually to the people that live in New York City is why would you have these ridiculous talking points from Mamdani, knowing that there's no way that those policies would even work in a society like in New York City, where it's never worked before. It's been absolute chaos. You know, we see in these big cities with even like any type of socialism, and this guy's a pure socialist, and he might have toned down his rhetoric, but in the past he's been a full-fledged socialist, and he has I mean, and there's his rhetoric has been so bad that once he won the nomination, there's been a lot of people that have fled, a lot of like wealthy people that have fled New York City, and they've all moved out. So, I mean, I think that if this guy
it's kind of been a mass exodus from New York for a while, though. Honestly,
that's I mean that is true. But why is that though? I mean, look at. I just don't understand the people.
I think it was pretty. I think it was like after the pandemic too. It was that rates were low and people had a chance to move. Like during that time, like people had opportunity. Like they knew rates weren't gonna stay down that much and shit. They went with their move. But a lot of people too made a lot of money. You know, New York City has the most millionaires. Like most of it is through real estate. So they will be able to pull the equity out, you know, go somewhere south and purchase another home, rent out their home, Airbnb out the condo, whatever it may be. And look, get a mini mansion for $300,000-$400,000 down south.
Yeah. I mean, that was our decision when my wife and I was medically retired from the Army, and we were looking at where to move to, and so where we live in Idaho. My wife's from Idaho, 4 acres deal, but we're looking at Texas too, but real estate's expensive in Texas now.
It's actually coming down around the Austin area. It's actually it's falling, like compared to what it was when they was saying they were moving Silicon Valley out here. I was just watching some things and they're saying basically all the home prices, building prices has collapsed because they thought everybody was gonna go back to work and nobody went back to work, so people are actually leaving out of Austin, and prices are going down.
Has the traffic eased up in the Austin area?
Not really.
It's terrible driving in Austin.
Yeah, I mean it's mainly because it's a lot of construction. It's not just. I mean, I feel like if they had the highways opened up, it would be a lot better. But it's just so much construction always there. It's gonna be like that. Oh yeah, the number is pinned. If y'all wanna call in, the number is pinned. But yeah, you got any other questions for me? How do you feel about the Texas Democrats fleeing?
I think it's petty. And I'm not. I think that it's their job. I think it's any politician's job to figure out what to do and what's best for their district or, county, and to work with all the politicians. That's what they were elected to do. And they all collectively fled the state to go to D.C.
Didn't we kind of see something like this happen with the Epstein files? Like they just, closed down the sessions for the week, sent everybody home?
Yeah, I mean, I think so, but I think, aren't they, don't they have, their vacation right now?
I believe so.
So, aren't they on leave right now for the summer for a few weeks, I think?
I believe so. I think, once they come back, I think after one of these days coming up shortly, they'll be on break. So that's why they're trying to go and get it done now.
The whole Epstein files is completely ridiculous, too, because the left is, I don't know if they're just hoping to find dirt on Trump, but I think that if there was something on Trump in those files, Biden had them for 4 years, and, they were looking for anything and everything to throw Trump in jail. I think that would have been the place to find, something on Trump, and they never found it, and they never came out with it because they were trying to find anything on Trump.
Nah, for sure. Well, yeah, caller, I got somebody trying to call in. I appreciate your time, man. I hope you subscribe to the channel, man, and give us a call back one of these days.
Oh yeah, man. I'm actually a member.
Oh man, appreciate that, man.
All right, man.
All right. Let's call back.
Hello.
What's going on, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on? They call me Hatcher. I'm calling from New York.
Okay, what's going on, Hatcher? How you feeling about Mondani?
I don't really know too much about him. I was just calling in because I heard about the defund the police situation. To me, I heard you say you're not really feeling with the police, but I'm from New York, and if you see goes on out here and how these cops operate, you want to defund them.
Right, but did you hear why I said defund them? Did you hear why I said defund? I mean, not to defund them.
Yeah, you said that basically it'll be chaos.
No, I didn't say it would be chaos. I said it would be martial law. The military would step in. Like they're already talking about sending, you know what I'm saying, sending the military to DC after what happened to the Doge employee and stuff. Like, that's what I'm saying. Be careful what you wish for. If they defund the police, it's not going to be chaos because they're going to send the military there. It's going to be chaos for a short second, but that's going to be room for them to militarize New York City.
I feel right now there's a lot of officers out here in New York City. They make way too much money already.
Okay.
Like I honestly, I ran a cop's badge the other day, and the man made $274,000 last year. One officer, $174,000 in 1 year, and that's not including overtime. Now, I did my research and I found out it's because years, of course, he's been on the force 17 years. Those 17 years, he's took over, from what I didn't even finish counting, but from what I counted, over 300 training courses, and each of those courses earned him an extra $3,000. Some of them were $20,000, $30,000 each training that he took over the years, added on to his pay.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. That's just me though. You know, only reason I don't is because it's like same situation with the CEOs of these mega companies, you know what I'm saying? Their companies on autopilot, they probably got the AI running, making the decisions, but they got $65 million salaries. I mean, unfortunately, that's part of, you know, or really not unfortunately, fortunately, that's part of capitalism, you know, like, that's what goes on. When you stay at that job for 17 years and you know that you're going to get that pay raise, when you take advantage of courses and stuff, I mean, that's part of the job. Like right now, they're giving ICE agents like a $50,000 bonus. Now, I understand what comes with the job. Yes, you will be tearing up families and things of those sorts. But the people who go out there and take their job, man, I don't blame them for that. I mean, a job is a job.
But they, in New York, they don't even do their job. They're walking around, I don't know if you see, but they're walking around on their phones, chilling in groups, talking. They're not even doing their job. And the reason they don't do their job is when they arrest people, people go to court, they get out the next day. So these cops are like, why do our job?
you said with the qualified immunity, right now they don't have qualified immunity.
Correct. I'm against that. I'm not with the immunity for police.
So they don't want to do their job because they feel like if I could be sued by not having this qualified immunity, why take the risk? And the whole thing is, if you do your job properly and professionally, there's no chance for you to get sued. But because they don't do their job professionally and properly, they're going to get sued. So just avoid the whole situation and don't do their job. I see a lot of stuff going on, and I'm like, I don't understand why the cops ain't involved. And they just, this one dude, I ran his badge, and he made $274,000 last year. He has over $700,000 in lawsuits that the city paid out. The thing, no cop should still be on the force if the city done paid out so much in lawsuits. That's coming out of the taxpayer citizens' pockets.
Correct.
This cop's on the job right now that the city's done paid over millions of dollars in lawsuits, and they still have a job. In the area I live right now, a couple years ago, there was a scandal going on where the cops were lessening people's charges. So one guy got caught for robbing a cab driver with a gun. Ended up charging him with a lesser charge. So what did that do? That brought the crime stat down. So in the area, it don't look like the area is bad.
Okay.
And the dude, and they got caught for this. The cop, the whistleblower, basically reprimanded, and now he works in the basement of the courthouse.
Yeah, let me just give you a little background. Like, the reason I think New York, like, if they defund the police, like I say, man, people aren't gonna go take those jobs, so they'll get, you know what I'm saying, less. They'll be, understaffed at a point to where it will get, a little crazy. And this is not like, a city in the South or Chicago or anything like this. We talking about New York City. We talking about one of the financial capitals of the world. It's not going to be long before they send them people over there.
Yeah, I just feel like, I'm not saying don't pay the police, but I feel like make enough money to where they good with their, they don't need raises, like they should be good where they're at with the money they have, and there's too many officers that make too much money already. And what these people do is every year they spend up the budget. Right now, if you look at it, there's mad people abusing overtime. There's in New York, I forgot, was he the police chief? He was in a scandal where he was basically having sexual affairs with some lady and giving her overtime, and she made like $400,000 in the year, which he only made like $200,000 in the year. She made more money than him, and it's all out now. I believe he got fired for it.
Damn.
And this is what I'm saying. So they use up all the budget and waste it. So next year they say, oh, we need a higher budget. The schools, the Board of Education in New York, they all do that. They all waste up and use the money on nonsense, bullshit. Next year, they can get extra money in the budget. Because if they don't use it all, they'll get less.
Nah, straight up. Nah, I get it. I was just looking at myself in the damn camera. I'm looking tired as hell, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Carly, you got any questions for me before we get you off here, man? I can't be on camera looking like this, man. I'm tired as hell.
Nah, that's it. I'm good. I can't even see you. I'm on the phone, so.
Man,
yeah,
I sure appreciate it.
Like, have a good night, man.
Hey, man, you as well, man. Hey, man, yeah, Chad, man, I appreciate that caller. He made some good points. Like he's saying, these cops is making a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? And they paying out overtime, underhanded shit. But yeah, Chad, I was looking, you know what I'm saying? Detroit Coalition, what's up, man? I seen you call, man, but I'm tired as hell, man. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. If I was on the StreamYard panel, I would just cut my camera off, you know what I'm saying? And y'all couldn't see me looking crazy. But I'm on camera. I can't be on here looking that damn crazy. Like, I just knew I was looking crazy. And then I went and looked at myself, and I was like, oh, yeah, nah, bro. Like, you gotta wrap this shit the hell up, man. Hell nah, I don't want to be unsafe visiting me in my dreams. Listen, yeah, we gotta wrap this shit the hell up, man. Second stream of the night. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. We had a good time over here. Second stream of the day. Oh shit! You talking about I'm in black and white? Hell nah, it ain't no way I'm in black and white. Hell nah. I am not in black and white. I'm looking at myself right now. I am not in black and white. You crazy as hell. She said I'm in black and white. Hell nah. Chat, am I in black and white, bro? Chat, am I in black and white, or do y'all see a little bit of color in this motherfucker, man? Come on, don't do me like that. Tell me I'm in black and white. Holy. It ain't no way I'm in black and white, dog. The answer isn't to defund. It's to change how they're funded. Okay, you said it's the light. Alright. Maybe I should move the light over here. Maybe that's a movement. Damn, man, they need better leadership. It starts with the politicians. Right now, these politicians trying to get this gerrymandering shit together. They trying to, double and triple down on it. Yeah. But yeah, chat, we finna get up out of here, man. I'll see y'all in the morning, man. Good night, chat. Thank you, everybody who came through. Be sure to hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. And go comment on one of my videos. I got some shorts that's doing alright, too. Y'all go watch the shorts and comment on the video, man. Good night, chat.